from the StreamYard Studios on YouTube, this is Jeopnerdy. And here's your host, John DeMarco.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Jeopardy! We're glad you could join us. And with us, as always, is our co-host, Professor Brainy Specs.
Greetings, everyone. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, John.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you very much. I'm eager to go. Are you?
Indeed, I am. Just noticing that for some reason, YouTube's not letting me pin the link in the chat. I don't know what's going on with that. But it is there.
In YouTube.
That is true. But the link is there in the chat if you'd like to join us. We already have some people backstage. But if you'd like to be in one of the later rounds, you can always go ahead and click on that link there in the chat and join us backstage. Say a quick hello to everyone, and we'll bring up our first three contestants. See, Mikey was in here earlier today. Greetings. We'll say hello also to Patrick. Good to see you, sir. Hello, Omnicast. Always a pleasure for you to be here. Kapla, Birthday Pray 5. Hope you're feeling better. And Mom will pray
Indeed.
as well.
Indeed.
Hello, Brad Wolf. Greetings also to Gap After Dark. Hello, Gorilla's Random Thoughts. And Mike Richards. Good to see you. And anyone else who's joining us, we're always, as usual, glad you could make it. So let's go ahead and bring up our first three contestants. We'll welcome our returning champion, Patrick, and his first two challengers. So let's say hello to Choco Taco and Bird of Prey 5.
Hi, all.
How's it going?
Choco Taco.
Hey,
We're
Choco
getting hungry
Taco.
for a Choco Taco.
I'm delicious.
Very.
That scares me.
How are you all doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you. How are you?
Great. Excited for
Awesome.
Christmas? Mm-hmm.
Cool. We have a heckler in the chat, John. I don't know if you noticed that.
I did notice that.
Especially toward me, it looks like.
Well, now that our heckler is here, I guess that means we're ready to get started on our actual game.
I guess so.
Well, can you confirm you are real, Jeff?
I am real, yes.
As real as your so-called life gets.
Indeed. How are you feeling, Bird?
I'm feeling not as bad.
You sound a lot better.
Good. This way, maybe I have a chance of not, of finishing the game. Coughing up a lung.
Of course you have a chance. We all have a chance.
Thomas, I think that's backward.
I didn't say a chance of winning, just a chance of finishing.
Well, even a chance of winning. Even a chance of winning. If I can do it, you can do it.
It depends how rigged the game.
Well, it's not rigged at all, so you should have a great chance.
Gap, I would say most libraries are closed. I can say the library that I work at is indeed closed on Monday. All right, are you ready to play, gentlemen?
Ready as I ever be.
I can't believe you're getting Mondays off.
But I don't.
I'm ready to play.
I need to work Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, it's another week work day. Why are you getting Monday off?
I don't work Mondays anyway.
My taxpayer dollars.
I work Tuesday through Saturday.
I'm going to argue to my senator.
Oh, you do that, Mr. Bird.
In our country, it's even 2 Christmas days, 1 and 2, but both days need to be worked, unfortunately. But oh well. Somebody has to
No,
do
I'm
it.
not. I cannot confirm that, Brad Wolf. Chaco, are you ready to play?
Yep.
Well, let's do it. Let's play Jeopnerdy.
Our first category is Starship Identification Plaques.
Okay.
TOS quotes. I want you to identify who said it.
Mm-hmm.
Props from other franchises in Star Trek. You're going to be identifying the episode or the movie from Star Trek.
Right.
Actors in 3 series as the same character.
Mm-hmm.
Intriguing.
In the U.S. Civil War.
Fascinating. All right, Patrick, you are the returning champion. 3-time returning champion.
Indeed.
Yeah, and it will be most likely the last time if I see these categories. But that's not
you had the first go.
Let's go with props for 300.
Center of the board.
Okay, and we want to know the episode that this prop is used in?
That's correct.
Then that... Oh man, what's the name of that episode? Great start. Pass.
Chaco Taco.
I want to see setting number 2.
Sure you do.
Relax. 10 forward is a safe area. Shit.
Birdo Prey 5.
Pass.
Okay, good start here.
The episode was Night Terrors. The prop was from Buck Rogers.
Okay. Night Terrors.
Interesting.
Chaco Taco.
Which US
Maybe.
Civil War are we speaking of?
We're speaking of the United States Civil War,
Interesting.
as indicated by the title.
Indeed.
US could mean many places. And I will go with props for 500. No. Oh no. Interesting.
Isn't it?
I will pass.
Birdo Prey 5.
Pass.
Patrick.
What is the game?
That is incorrect.
Nah, should.
That's clearly a game.
Yeah.
That's from the film Fawn.
Yeah.
And the prop is from RoboCop.
With the other cute girl. Yeah, okay.
All right. Bird, you have the first chance to get into positive territory. It's your turn.
Let's go with TOS quotes for 100.
We are gathered here today with you, Angela Martine, and you, Robert Tomlinson, in the sight of your fellows, in accordance with our laws and many beliefs.
Poor Robert.
I just want to know who said it.
Oh, who said it?
Right.
Who is Captain Kirk?
That is correct.
Well done.
First to be on the board, I win.
No, not necessarily.
And that was the show.
According to Omnicast, Captain Pike said it too.
Well, that's strange because I don't remember a wedding in the cage or in the menagerie.
I don't either. All right, Patrick, it's your turn.
Let's try dedication plaques for 300.
You're going to be naming the ship, by the way. Here's some of the information from the plaque. Launch stardate 48038.5. Earth Station McKinley, Sol Sector. For I dipped into the future far as human eye could see, saw the vision of the world and the wonder that would be. Alfred Tennyson.
What is the Enterprise D?
That is incorrect, I'm afraid.
Chaco.
Not a
What is
good start.
Voyager?
Sorry, what'd you say?
What is Voyager?
That's right.
The doctor said that.
Oh, right.
Well
it was only
done.
constructed at the Utopia Planitia. Right. Yeah.
Well done, Chaco. And it's your
Indeed, well
turn.
done.
Come on, Thaddeus Riker, U.S. Civil War for 100.
The American Civil War was used as a symbolic representation so that the crew of Voyager could understand the conflict being fought in this place.
What is the Q continuum?
That is correct.
Nicely done. You got the lead, but it's Bird's turn.
Do Civil War for 200.
Colonel Thaddeus Riker commanded the 102nd New York Infantry during General Sherman's march on this city.
What is Atlanta?
That is correct.
And you retook the lead, Bird. Very good. Patrick, it's your turn.
Let's try actors in 3 series for 200.
Sarek. And I want the name of the actor.
Oh man, now I'm blanking again. Come on. I know this one. Who is Mark Leonard?
That's right.
Of course.
Well done.
Phew.
Chaco Taco.
Come on,
It is your turn.
Enterprise, Starship plaques for 100.
San Francisco Fleet Yard's Earth, commissioned stardate 8442.5, second starship to bear the name, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
What is the Enterprise?
Can you be more specific?
What is the Enterprise original?
That is incorrect.
Oh, come on.
Bird.
What is the Enterprise A?
That's the one.
That seems. But the name of it is the Enterprise. It's not Enterprise.
Yes, but since there are several of them, we need a little bit more detail on that one.
Gotcha.
It's like occasionally I ask for the first name of a character as opposed to just the last name.
The original one will say Starship class on it.
Welcome, Mr. T.
Greetings.
And Bird. It is your turn.
Let's do just so curious what the $100 question is in the actors, but I want to do more money. Civil War for 300.
According to the recreation of Abraham Lincoln, Captain Kirk possessed qualities very much like this Union general.
Who is Grant?
That's correct.
Abraham Lincoln.
Well done.
And 4 elephants.
All right, Patrick. It is your
Let's
turn.
go actors for 3.
It's for 3.
Yep.
Kang.
Oh man, it's not my day. Who is Michael Ansara?
That's right.
Okay.
Very good.
Back in positive territory. Very good.
Phew.
And
Now to stay there.
Chaco Taco, it's your turn.
On regular Enterprise for 200. Blacks.
First starship of her class, launch stardate 47538.5. Antares Shipyard's Bajor sector. All I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. John Masefield.
Interesting. I feel like this is a trick question because it has Bajor sectors, so you immediately want to say Defiant. It'll probably be wrong, but we will go with the Defiant. What is a Defiant?
You'd be correct to say that.
All right.
You did outthink yourself.
Well done. Well done, Chaco.
Nice one.
All right, Bird. You're up.
That's Civil War S 400.
After an experience with an alien memorial, Captain Janeway compared it to the obelisk at Kittimer and this Civil War battlefield.
Seems like the natural answer is, what is Gettysburg?
And that would be correct.
Well done, Bird.
Impressive, Bird.
Yep.
All right, Patrick. Your turn, sir.
Actors for 4. Need some points.
Gully Vec.
Right. Who is Mark Alemo?
Unfortunately not.
Chaco.
Oh, man.
I do not remember. Pass.
Oh, right.
Birdo 5.
Oh, man. What I'm stupid. Oh, man.
Pass.
You say pass?
Pass.
Sorry.
Was it Richard Poe?
Yeah, of course. I just answered too quickly. Oh, well.
Chaco Taco, it's your turn.
We'll go with Plaques for 400. Come on, Pasteur.
Baikonur Cosmodrome, USSR, Earth. Commission stardate 40291.7. The Earth is the cradle of the mind, but one cannot remain in the cradle forever.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so there's 5 numbers, so it has to be a TNG era ship. USSR doesn't make any sense. Damn it. Yeah, when did the USSR come back? It's ridiculous. It's throwing me off.
Birdo Prey 5.
Pass.
Patrick.
No idea. Pass.
Wait, is it the Equinox?
It is not.
No.
Oh,
It is the Tsiolkovsky.
oh, that makes sense.
Right. Not even USS. Okay.
The mighty Miranda class.
Well, Oberth, actually. Even
Oh,
minor.
Birth. That's right. Even stronger.
Oh, dear. All right, Bird. Bring some sanity back. Well, who am I talking to? Bird, it's your turn.
Let's final up Civil War. It's Marvel Civil War.
Captain Kirk recalled that the Union Army had used these objects, which could reach a height of about 600 feet.
Pass.
Patrick.
I am thinking about something, but I'm not gonna risk it. Pass.
Chaco Taco.
Obviously anti-submarine torpedo launchers, but we'll pass.
Observation balloons.
Oh, I was thinking weather balloons, but
Oh.
okay.
They dropped torpedoes.
Patrick. It's your turn.
Actors for 5.
It's for 5.
Morn.
Ooh, Morn. Morn was played by, who is Mark Allen, if I remember.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Sorry about that.
Choco Taco.
It's not my day.
It's probably Alan Mark, but I'll pass.
Bird of Prey 5.
It's weird. It's Mark Allen Shepard.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, duh. Yeah,
Well done,
got
Bird.
the last name. Crap. Oh, well done, Bird. Really well done.
I wouldn't have gotten it if you didn't give me 2/3.
Oh, well.
Anyway.
You deserve it.
Choco, it's your turn.
Come on, Equinox, 500.
Dedication plaques.
Yes.
All right. You have 800 points. You are 1,800 points behind the leader, and you can bet up to 1,000.
Ooh. We'll just do 700. So I want to save some points in case I want to make it the final nerdy.
All right. 700 points.
San Francisco Fleet Yards, Earth, commissioned to start a 38197.5. And just a little aside, I put an asterisk there because based on how old this ship is, that's a surprisingly high star date. But to continue, built by Federation Space Systems Division to bring light into the darkness.
Something tells me it's going to be Reliant or something. It's old. But I'll pass. Actually, yeah, I just don't know. So never mind. Just end it. End the suffering. What is the answer?
No guess?
No.
Might as well guess.
No. Okay, fine. What is it, Reliant?
It is not the Reliant, sadly. That was the
May I take it?
Stargazer.
Never mind. Never mind.
Sorry.
Would have been wrong anyway, so not a problem. No, did not
Right.
get
Bird
that
of Prey
one.
5.
Oops. Okay, I gotta find out. No, I'm gonna play this good. I got a chance. Got a chance. TOS quotes for 200.
Do you not know the story of the merchant? The merchant who, when he found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it.
I'm sorry, are we doing the episode or the person?
Now, who said it?
Who said it? Oh my God. Who is Harry? Who is Harry Mudd?
I'm afraid not.
Patrick?
Yeah, no. Pass.
I have no idea.
Choco. Passing?
Yep.
Wow, that was Scotty. That was from
Scotty?
the episode
Wow.
the Empath.
Should not have watched the Enterprise incident today.
I didn't know that. Patrick, it is your turn.
Props for 400. Let's try and get some points back, please. Wow.
Looking for the episode, right, John?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is not ringing any bells. No, pass.
Choco.
Just not my day.
Yeah, I think it's the episode where they had a stupid garbage scow heading for the planet. It was causing radiation or something. And they had to go. Oh man.
Bird of Prey 5.
I just saw the episode. Cinnabon was talking about?
Well, Cinnabon was talking about the correct episode, which was the final mission. And the building in the background is from Logan's Run.
Right.
I'm thinking it was the different episode then. Now, the one I was thinking was the one Deanna was getting married.
Mm.
And it was with people that were ill coming to a planet.
Right.
Never mind.
Chaco.
Early.
I mean,
turn.
Chaco was talking about. Sorry.
The uniform
shut
wasn't
up.
right for that episode.
That's true.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer Blade Nemesis for 100.
Props.
Nemesis. What is Nemesis?
That's correct.
Sweet.
And he already told us where it was from.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
He did.
Very impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Psychic. All right, Bird, it's your turn.
Let's do TOS quotes for 300.
Daniel, as I recall, had only his faith. But I welcome your company, Doctor.
Who is Spock?
That's correct.
Let's say it sounded like a definite Spock line. I couldn't precisely place it in an episode.
That was from the Gamesters of Triskelion.
Thomas, why are you saying that? Cinnabon's not here.
It's true. 100% true.
All right, Patrick.
Yeah, it's not going to give me the points, but actors for 100.
Q.
Who is John Delancey?
You got it.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
What other props would there be? We'll just go
Chaco. Props.
What is measure of a man?
That's right. And this is probably one of the strangest reused props that I found, in that it was from Coming to America.
Okay.
All right, Bird, you have 400 or 500?
500.
Let's continue with the logical progression and go. I'd like to split, rephrase each question, and $450.
Let's try that again.
Yeah.
400. 400.
There you go. Murder is contrary to the laws of man and God.
I think I know this one.
I learn a new thing every day.
Patrick.
Pass. Don't know it.
Please don't be wrong.
Chaco.
Who's Norman?
It's incorrect.
Damn it!
You're on the right track, though. With the M5.
I knew it was one of those machine people.
I didn't think the M5 was a people or a person.
Wow, how dare you?
Yeah, how dare me. Patrick, you get the last.
One last chance to get in the positive points. Yay.
And here it comes.
Mm-hmm.
The message of the sun that all men are brothers was kept from us. Perhaps I'm a fool to believe it.
Wow. Yeah. Right. Well, let's do it. Who is Kirk?
That is incorrect.
Of course.
Chaco.
Sounds very... I don't believe that's a Star Trek quote, so I refuse to answer.
Bird of Prey 5. What was that, Bird?
Pass.
That was Flavius from the episode
Bread.
Bread and Circuses.
Right.
Yep.
Minus 1,000. What an excellent score.
All right. Let me put the link in for Chaco and for Bird. Head on over to Cosmo Buzz. There's your link in the private chat. And consider how much you would like to wager on this final Jeopnerdy category.
I considered.
Actors in TOS and TNG.
Uh-oh.
And I'm sorry, Patrick, you will not be able to play.
Not a problem.
Wait on Bird. There he is.
Come on, Scotty.
Are you happy with your bet amounts, gentlemen?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I would like to bet more.
Well, all right, here comes your clue.
In TOS, Michael Pataki's character thought the Enterprise should be hauled away as garbage, while in TNG, he played this character who wanted revenge on Admiral Jameson.
Players, you have 30 seconds. Kapla!
What a stupid name. I hate that episode.
We can hear you typing. And I know who was typing.
Jameson giving weapons to both
All
sides.
right.
Piece of
Let's
crap.
find out who the winner is. Choco Taco, you had 300 points entering final Jeopnerdy. Your response to the clue was...
That episode sucks. Not the answer we're looking for.
Unfortunately not. How much did you wager? All of it? Take down to 0. I'm sorry to hear that. Or see that. Bird of Prey 5, you had the lead at 3,000 points, and your response was...
Who cares about TNG? His performance in TOS rocked as garbage. Also not the answer we're looking for. His name, the character in TNG was Karnas, by the way.
That's right.
How much did you wager, Bird? 500 points, taking it down to 2,500, but that's enough to be the champion.
Well done, Bird.
I'm the champion.
Well done, Bird.
Well
Of
done.
the
Well
world.
done.
And as you would say, rigged. No.
It was
Oh, I'm
totally
sure.
Rigged.
rigged in my favor.
No,
Finally.
you deserve it. Excellent.
Sympathy win. He was because
Sympathy
he hasn't been
win,
feeling
it's
good,
true.
so they totally rigged it so you'd win.
They rigged it by putting a non-Star Trek category on the Civil War.
Oh, it was just my problem that I needed to come back for the first round because I had evidently prepared for round 2 or 3, but alas. Oh well.
It pays to pray, says T.
Yep.
Dowd.
Manufactured victory.
You manufactured Triumph.
Is there still play room in the back room, or should we move out?
You'd be fine if you want to stay in the back room.
Okay,
I think we have an extra room.
perfect.
Well, I'm gonna stay in the back room then.
And thanks for this round again, and see you later.
Thanks for playing.
And we do need some players, actually, for at least this upcoming round.
Oh,
Like to join us.
Scaring people away. Have I scared the other competitors away?
Well, with that score, yes, you did.
Possibly.
Last week, you had
It's a
plenty of
distinct
people.
possibility.
I claim right of vengeance.
Well, you
I
might get your
will-
chance in round 3.
Yep, maybe,
Bird?
maybe even E.
Well, I'm sorry. Do I have to leave too?
No.
Usually I stay, right? I
No, you
Yeah.
get to stay. We need to
Stay.
leave.
It looks like we do have we have 2 contestants backstage now, so
Yep.
we can
Ah,
do the
very good.
round 2.
Okay.
Very good. Very good.
Okay.
I refuse to leave.
Refuse to leave, eh? That's a shame. Let's say hello to Omnicast and to Mercer.
Greetings, everyone.
I might need a minute. I can't see anything right now. I can hear you, but I can't see
now's
anything
the
yet.
best time to strike.
I just have
Have
to.
you been blinded?
So your enemies.
No. I'm using a phone because I'm
Sons too.
traveling.
Ah.
Okay.
We're not in visual range yet.
Put it on audio, Lieutenant.
How's everyone doing this week?
You're
Doing
good,
pretty
thanks.
well.
Good. Getting ready for the
How's-
holidays.
How's Omnicast?
Omnicast is doing well in my Omnicast world. Work today. Got home in time for Jeopnerdy. Life is good.
Yay.
Excellent.
I thought you were on vacation.
Starting today was my last day, so all next week
Ah.
I'm off. Yes.
Ah, very
Until
good.
next year. Yes, looking forward to it.
Okay.
We're supposedly not seeing Thomas until
Okay.
next year, but he's in the
Okay.
chat, so
So,
you know.
yeah.
He's always lurking around.
Okay. I can see you guys now. I can't see the game. Let me see. Hold on.
What are you on the phone?
I might be in twice. Hold on.
Yeah, it does look like you're in twice.
Yeah, you are in twice. You want us to boot the other one?
Yeah. Boot the other one.
Okay.
I'll let John do the honors.
See Brad's in the chat. What's up, Brad?
Yeah, Brad Wolf should play.
Yeah.
And welcome Positive Candor to the
You
backstage.
guys want to let somebody else in while I figure out what else is going on?
Do we want to swap in Positive Candor?
Yeah.
If,
talk to Positive
Mercer's-
Candor, I'll just watch.
Okay,
No,
we can
I'm
do that. Thank
traveling,
you.
So I don't have my usual computer set up.
Okay.
All right, Marcia. We'll see you in 3.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll try to get in for 3. See if I can.
Alrighty.
Possible. All right. Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Greetings, Positive Candor.
Kabla! It's good to see you, Positive. Haven't seen you in a while.
Well,
Welcome.
This will probably be the last time you see me this year. Just give me a head warm.
Well, since there's only one more Saturday this year. It got quiet. Got real quiet.
Well,
Crickets.
after. I hope that was only somewhat of a joke.
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
as well.
Of course, it's a joke. Duh.
Okay, good. I just
Well, that's why I phrased it the way I did. All right, gentlemen, are you ready to play Jeopnerdy?
Yes.
Positive?
Of course.
All right, let's play Jeopnerdy.
Starship captains. I'm going to give you the captain, and we want you to name the ship. DS9 quotes. I want to know who said it. References to other franchises in Star Trek. As before, I want you to name the Star Trek episode or movie. Actors in the TOS films and TNG. And World War II.
Bird, I'm sorry. I just had a funny thought go through my head. Bird, it's your turn. Is returning champion.
Let's start off with World War II for 100.
When McCoy prevented her death in a traffic accident, the result was an alternate timeline in which Germany won World War II.
Who is Edith Keeler?
That is correct.
Off to a good start.
She must die.
Yes. Omnicast, it's your turn.
Let's do Starship Captains for 200, please.
Geordie LaForge.
The name of the ship?
Yes.
Wasn't it the what is the Challenger?
That is correct.
And you could phrase it as, wasn't it? That would be legal.
Wasn't
that is
it?
a question. All right, Positive Candor, it's your turn to pick.
Actors in TOS and TNG for 100.
400? Did you say 400 or 100?
Let's just go to 400.
400. Okay.
Yeah.
David Marcus and Tejan.
Yeah. You are asking which
What the name of the actor?
which the actor name, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Who played David Marcus. It was who is Merritt Buttrick?
That's correct.
Well done. And we have claims of rigging again. Unbelievably. Well, I guess it isn't so unbelievable.
Right, like usual.
Yeah. All right, Birdo Prey 5. It is your turn.
Let's do World War II for 200.
When the peace treaty was signed to end the Dominion War, this officer quoted the words of General MacArthur, spoken at the conclusion of World War II.
Who is Admiral Ross?
You got it.
Call him Bill.
Got a good game going. Omnicast. It's your turn.
Let's do DS9 quotes for 300, please.
I have fought the good fight. I have finished the course. I have kept the faith.
You want to know who said it?
That's right.
Who is Dr. Bashir?
It is incorrect.
Positive Candor.
Who is Cisco captain or no wait, yeah.
Do you say Captain Cisco?
Yes, sir.
That is incorrect.
Birdo Prey 5.
I think I will pass, but I have a suspicion.
What's your suspicion? I'm just curious.
Miles O'Brien.
Nope. Joseph Cisco.
Oh, wow.
He's full of surprises.
Huh.
Positive Candor, it's your turn.
Shoot. Captains for 3, I guess.
Data.
Pass.
Bird of Prey 5.
Hmm.
Omnicast.
What is this, Sutherland?
That is correct. Good work.
Well done. All right, Bird. Tight game going. It's your turn.
Let's do World War II for 300.
After the recapture of DS9, O'Brien and Bashir were eager to return to their holosuite program, which simulated this important World War II conflict.
What is the Battle of Britain?
That's right.
Well done, Bird. And Omnicast, your turn.
Let's do captains for 5.
O'Shea.
Captain O'Shea.
Mhm.
I don't know who that is. Pass.
Positive Candor.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yeah, your turn to respond.
What is the USS Huron?
That is correct. Good work.
Nicely done, Positive.
What?
Bird.
Question?
I was just curious of what show that was. It doesn't ring a bell, but it's okay. You don't have to
That's
stop.
from the
John.
animated series, in case you were wondering.
Oh,
Right. Yeah, sure. Right.
And it is your turn, Positive Candor.
Let's do an easy captains for 100, I guess.
Rachel Garrett.
USS Enterprise 1701C.
That's correct.
And you have a share of the lead. Very, very good. Bird of Prey 5, you're up.
let's do World War II for 400.
The Nakul faction of the Temporal Cold War, under this leader, aided Germany in World War II, leading to the invasion of the eastern United States.
Yeah, I didn't remember his name. Pass.
Omnicast.
Who is Vosk?
That's correct.
Well done. And you can take the lead with the next clue.
Starship captains 400, please.
Taggart.
Captain Taggart. That can't be another animated series one, is it? I don't know what that's from. It's probably from a movie or something. Pass.
Positive Candor.
Taggart, man. That name sounds familiar, man. But I'll pass as well. It's not coming to me right now.
Bird of Prey 5.
I have no idea. Pass.
He would have given Pulaski a shuttle if she had stayed on the Repulse.
Repulse. Right. Remarkable.
You should be playing Brad Wolf.
Indeed.
All right, positive candor. You can take the lead. Your turn. Positive candor.
He's
Oh.
muted.
My screen just reloaded on me.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like a buffer, serious buffering. But let's.
positive.
He's using Mikey's connection tonight.
Uh-oh.
Not quite that bad. Are you still with us, positive candor? I guess. Oh, somebody left.
Burned again, so I didn't even get that. Did
There you
even
go. He's
display anything? Yeah.
I have not displayed anything. We didn't hear what clue you wanted.
100 references to other franchises in Star Trek.
All right, you got it.
What is that? Can't even see it.
We want you to name the movie or episode this is from.
Oh, well, I'd tell you if I could see it better, but I have no idea.
It's a little ship.
We're not asking you to identify the little ship. We're asking you to identify what is this screenshot from.
What movie or episode?
I don't. I'll pass. I do not know.
Birdo Prey 5.
What is First Contact?
That's correct.
It's the Falcon, right?
Yeah, it's the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
I kept wanting to say Falcon.
That's what it was. All right. Could you see the image at all? Positive candor.
I mean, barely. I mean, it's like so small that I was like, okay.
Are you
You
on a
got me.
phone or?
No, I'm on my computer, but still.
Okay.
I have
Serious. You
serious,
may
I
want to
guess.
make StreamYard full screen.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that'll help.
There are a couple ways to do that.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
In fact, we can go full screen on the game board if we want. All right, Bird, it's your turn.
Yeah, that might help too.
Bird?
Hello.
Hello.
Let's finish out World War II.
Picard was concerned that history might remember Galorndon Core, along with Pearl Harbor, and this facility as the stage for a bloody preamble to war.
Pass.
Omnicast.
You know the episode. What was he? He was referring to like some fictitious futuristic time, right? Like what was he? Stage for bloody preamble to war. Pass.
Positive candor. Positive, you're muted. Positive candor.
Mikey?
You're muted, positive candor. Okay, we're going to move on.
That was Station Salem 1.
Salem 1.
Positive candor, are you there?
Was that the one they blew up in Enterprise at the same station? That was different.
That was something else.
Non-canon show anyway. Doesn't count.
I beg to differ. Positive candor, are you there?
I see that he's backstage in a second time now.
Okay. Yeah, he is.
Let's try that.
Yeah, I'm seriously lagging for some reason. Don't know why, but okay.
Sorry about that.
Omnicast, it is your turn.
Okay, let's do references for 300, please. What is it? PD. What do I have to name? The episode, or what am I naming here?
You're naming the episode this is from.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Not the franchise that it's came from, right?
Right.
What is DS9? Pass.
Positive Candor.
Pass.
Bird of Prey 5.
Pass.
Paradise.
Was it Return to
I almost said it,
Paradise?
right? Yeah. I knew I almost
Yes,
said
you
it.
almost had it. It was
I know.
Paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the registry on the ship is the license plate from the car in Blues Brothers.
An emission from God.
All right. Positive Candor, it is your turn.
Actors in the TOS films and TNG for 100.
Dr. Chappell and Loxana Troy.
That's a Major Barrett.
That's correct.
Major Barrett, whatever Barrett. How do you pronounce
Major.
your first name? Yeah.
All right. You got the lead. Positive Candor. Well done. Bird of Prey 5. Your turn.
Let's do DS9 quotes for 200.
What I believe in is faith. Without it, there can be no victory. If the captain's faith is strong, he will prevail.
Who is Worf?
That's correct.
Nicely done. Omnicast. Your turn.
Let's do references for 400, please.
All right. You found the daily double. You are 900 points behind the leader, and you can bet up to 1,000.
Let's do 600, please.
All right. For 600.
Want to know the episode this came from?
I gotta make this bigger. What is? I can't even see it. Darius. Where's that? What? Is it?
It says assigned
I can't-
USS Sequest.
USS, is that what it says?
Yes, that's what's circled.
USS Sequest. Oh my god. What is the? It's. I can't get it. It's the one with Geordi transforms. I forgot. Pass. Don't know.
That was Eye of the Beholder.
Eye of the Beholder.
Yeah, I brought that in because we mentioned it last week.
Oh, that's the one where she goes crazy. Troy goes nuts in the warp nacelle, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Got it. Didn't see that.
Okay. Positive Candor. It is your turn, sir.
Actors in films and TNG for 200.
Savick and T'Pol, spelled with 2 A's.
Savick and T'Pol with 2 A's. I'm going to guess it's Robin Who is Robin Curtis?
That's a good guess.
And you retook the lead. Well done. All right, Bird, you can take the lead with the next clue.
It's do DS9 quotes for 100.
The prophet saved me, Cassidy. I'm their emissary, and they still have a great deal for me to do.
Who is Captain Sisko?
That's correct.
Or the Cisco.
The Sisko.
Cisco.
Omnicast.
Let's do references for 5. And again, you want the episode again? Why do I keep doing this to myself?
The episode.
Why do I keep doing this to myself? Commander Bartlett, Lieutenant McGarry. I know these people are from the West Wing, but I need to name the episode, right?
That was the idea, yes.
Blah, 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 blah. Pass.
Positive candor.
Pass.
Bird of Prey 5.
What is imperfection?
Is it the conspiracy? Voyager conspiracy?
He got it.
Bird got it?
He said it right at the end there, yeah.
I'm
Wow.
sorry. Yeah.
Imperfection.
Well done, Bird. You're doing very well tonight.
Doing some Voyager reruns.
Yeah.
Positive candor. Your turn.
Actors for 3.
Captain Terrell and Captain Dathan.
That is, who is Paul Winfield?
That's right.
And we have a tie game.
Yeah.
Bird.
DS9 quotes for 400.
And while you had your weapons to protect you, all I had was my faith and my courage.
Who is Kai Wynn?
That's right.
Me.
Omnicast.
Let's do actors for 500.
Joachim and Sobe.
I don't know what it is. Pass.
Positive candor.
He is some famous polo dancer. No, or something. Pass.
Bird of Prey 5.
I don't even know what those are. Names? Actors? Track characters?
Well, Joaquin is obviously in Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Judson.
Oh, right.
Joachim was Khan's right-hand man, Wrath of Khan, and Sobe was one of the characters from the drug PSA in season 1 of TNG.
The Breckians. Yeah.
All right. Positive candor. It's your turn.
Let's see. Let's do the 200 one. Oh my god. I can't even read this crap.
Well, we just need the episode.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I pass.
You should be able to figure out that episode.
Bird of Prey 5.
I can't.
What is Abrosa?
That is correct.
Back to the Future.
Yeah, the one headstone says Vader and the other one says McFly.
It's good.
All right, Bird. You get the last clue. Here it comes.
You want him to know that he can count on you as an officer under his command. You want to keep your work and your faith separate.
I guess I'll just pass. It's not worth the risk.
All right. Omnicast.
I had nothing to lose. Who is Vedic Yarka? Yalker?
That would be correct.
Yarka.
Wow.
Work.
I am so glad I passed.
And Thomas thinks that Sub Rosa is the best TNG ever. Okay, Thomas.
Almost as good as Radiant, right?
Right. All right, let me put the link in for Cosmo Buzz. It's the same link as the last game, Bird. And let's head on over to Final Jeopardy. All 3 players will get to play this time with this category.
Actors in the TOS films and Voyager.
And we have a guest player in Cosmo Buzz, Revenge Taco.
Sounds like a dish best served cold.
And Bird,
Did I accidentally buzz in there? My bad.
No, you're fine. Just put in how much you would like to wager of the amount that you have. You have 2,400 positive candor.
Can you see my amount?
I don't see you in there at all, Bird.
Oh.
And you may have to go back in. I see Omnicast, I see Positive Candor, and I see Revenge Taco.
Now.
Yes, I do see you. I do see you in the room now.
Okay.
All right. Let me enter your bet amounts into the system here. Oh, very nice, Revenge. Very nice. I'm going to clear your entries there, and we're going to reveal our clue.
In addition to playing Joachim in Star Trek II, Judson Scott appeared as Commander Ricard in this Voyager episode.
Players, you have 30 seconds. Kapla! Responses into the system. And let's find our winner is Omnicast. You had 700 points entering final Jeopnerdy. Your response was?
Who is the Romulan commander? Message in a bottle. That is the correct episode. Very good.
All right. Yeah. How much did you wager? All but 1 point, taking you up to 1,399 points. Very good.
Wow.
Positive Candor. You had 2,400 points, and your response was?
You also got Message in a bottle. Good work.
Very good. How much was your wager? 2,000. Very good. Taking you up to 4,400 points. You currently have the lead. And Berto Prey 5. You had 3,400 points and the lead in your response.
What is question mark? Oh, well.
I honestly zoned out. What happened?
And
Okay.
you didn't put anything in your
Yeah, I see. Okay, no
response
worries.
box. How much was your wager? 0. So you stay at 3,400 points, but Positive Candor. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Wow. Nice job, sir.
What happened?
And for the record,
You won.
I missed it. What happened?
you won. You won.
He's playing around.
What did,
He
what did
knows.
Bird bet? What did Bird
I
bet? Zero or
literally
something?
zoned out.
Yes, he did. And
I
for
bet
the record,
zero.
Revenge Taco replied with the Franklin Diaries.
Right.
An interesting response.
Indeed. Well done, Positive Candor.
Son of a bitch.
It's a good game overall.
Very good game. Very tight.
It was
Good questions.
Very, very, very good game.
Thank you.
And those visual ones were tough. Those the references ones, and I kept going back to it like an idiot, trying to get one, but they were not easy.
Well, thank you guys for a fun night.
Absolutely.
I'm going to
Thanks for joining us, Bird.
drop
glad you're
off
here.
and listen for a bit.
Okay.
Take care.
You as well.
Later.
Thank you.
Keep feeling better.
I appreciate it.
Good job, Bird.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Yeah, Bird. See you next
Bye-bye.
year.
You're sounding like Thomas Potts. Positive Candor. Positive, can you play in round 3? Positive?
Is he muted again?
Yeah, it looks like he's muted. Yes.
I can't see the board is full screen.
Oh, yeah. I can take it off full screen. Positive Candor.
He's lacking a bit.
Yeah.
He's celebrating his victory.
I don't blame him.
He's cheering right now.
Yeah,
He's on mute.
I mean, I keep on offering seriously, so I don't know if you want to throw someone else in there. If you got someone else, I'm okay.
It's up to you. It's up to you if you want to try.
I agree. Is nobody else backstage? That's all I'm asking.
Well, we have some people backstage. We want to offer you the chance to return since you won the last round.
I mean, I'm cool with letting someone else play because I'm having buffering issues. You know?
Oh, yes, I understand.
Okay.
But thank you for playing, though.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, it was really good.
You did very well.
Very well.
All right.
If you need a player, just let me know, guys.
Okay, appreciate it. So we do have 3 players backstage for the last round. If you want, you can hang out backstage on the cast.
Yes.
And
finish up the round.
Mercer, I don't know. Mercer's in the back. Can you see the board and everything, Mercer? Did you get your... And apparently you did not.
Yeah, he just dropped out again.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say hello to Bird of Prey 4.
Hello, world. It's Bird of Prey 4. Kapla.
Welcome, Bird of Prey 4. Gee, I wonder who that is.
Yes, I'm sorry you're unable to play, Mercer. Thanks for giving it a try, though.
Indeed. Maybe next week.
Next week?
If there's going to be a show next week, as far as I know, I've not heard any different.
That's my plan so far, anyway.
Oh. I had assumed wrong then. Nice.
Let's play an 8-player game.
I was going to ask if you wanted to play a 4-player game or not, since we have 4 people here still.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Let's do it.
Players.
What's 4? Us Kurogas haven't got that number yet. What's a 4?
There are 4 lights.
I don't understand how you could be so mistaken.
Yes.
Let's see who we have here. Bird of Prey 4.
What year is this? I've been in a dark room for like 50 years now.
1942.
Ah, during the Civil War.
Exactly.
Right.
Your name is very disturbing, Chaco. I just need to tell you that.
You're disturbing.
How dare you,
Wow.
sir?
It's very salty chocolate.
That's one way to put it. All right, we got a 4-player game going. Are you all ready to play?
Yes.
I was going to say,
Maybe.
don't all speak at once.
Hope so.
Undecided.
Depends on the questions.
I prefer to play Stratagema.
I'm afraid I don't have that game loaded.
No? Okay.
Challenge
Bird
Jeff
O
to
Prey
ambush his crew.
4, are you ready?
Sure.
All right, well, let's play Jeopnerdy.
Behind Voyager quotes.
Starship Registries.
Ugh.
Could be naming the ship. In theory. Voyager
Yes.
quotes.
There you go.
500 points automatically.
Right.
References to Star Trek in other franchises. This time, I'm going to give you a picture, and I want you to identify what franchise it is from.
Okay.
Actors in TOS and DS9.
What? Why'd you post that video then? It doesn't make any sense.
Famous battles. And what video would you be referring to?
I was all ready to
The priest one or the other one?
Vulcan priest man.
Maybe it was misdirect.
Yep. Watch that episode and all.
Okay.
You're cheating
Omnicast,
already.
you get to
Yeah.
go first.
Okay, great. Let's do references for 200. Okay, I gotta hang on a second. First is that. Okay, so I'm naming the franchise that this is in.
Yes.
Oh no, I had no idea. Pass.
Bird of Prey 4.
Pass.
Patrick.
No idea. Pass.
Choco Taco.
That looks like a alien of some kind.
Looks like a Scooby-Doo character.
Dang it!
If nobody
I'm surprised
remembers-
Bird of Prey 4 didn't get this.
Yes, we mentioned this last week as well.
Just
Sequest.
Sequest, of course.
Jeez.
Now you say it, I remember it from last week.
It's easy to forget when John and what's his name did that show.
I'm not sure who you're talking about.
I only recall John doing a show about Sequest. Bird of Prey 4, it's your turn.
References for 100. What is Battlestar Galactica?
That's correct.
The arrow's pointing at a little Enterprise there.
Indeed.
Never saw that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Salty never noticed it until I told him.
I believe that was the Defiant. It phased into that series.
Oh, is that where it went? That's funny.
Patrick.
Actors in TOS and DS9 for 300.
Galt and Tumek.
Oh, that was. Who is Joseph? Ruskin? Something like that?
That's correct.
It was from a previous video. And that was before last time when you screwed me over and didn't put it in there.
We're saving it for now.
Careful,
Unbelievable.
Choco.
Come on, Alamo. 100.
Which category, please?
Famous battles, obviously. Yes.
Texan defenders in an old mission were overrun by Mexican forces under the command of Santa Anna.
What is the Alamo?
That's correct.
Famous World War II battle.
Heck yeah.
John, I think I need a minute.
I don't blame you.
Okay, Omnicast. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Let's do Starship Registries for 300, please.
NCC 1709.
That was... Oh, come on. Why are you doing this to me? It was one of the original TOS. It was either the Excalibur or the Lexington. What was the Lexington?
That is correct.
Oh,
Well
Nicely
done.
done.
And you got to share the lead, but it's early. Birdo Prey 4, it's your turn.
References for 300. Oh, it's that weird show you like. What is Battleship Yamamoto?
That's right.
wow.
In case you couldn't tell, the
Tomato,
circle,
tomato.
yeah, the circle ship was named Defiant.
Yes. Yamato.
Iron Empire.
I have no idea what that is.
Star Blazers.
Oh, he was talking about that. That's right.
That's the reason why I know, because he mentioned it before.
He did talk about it, yeah.
Patrick, it is your turn.
Actors for 4.
Only Boy and Ramata Klan.
Ramata Klan.
Only boy.
Who is Morris? Phil Morris?
That's right.
The cigarette guy?
Not exactly.
And you took the lead, but it's Chaco.
Come on, Battle of Britain for 200.
Famous battles. I'm taking it.
One of Captain Picard's ancestors fought at this pivotal 19th century naval battle.
What is Trafalgar?
That's right.
Well done, Chaco. Omnicast.
Let's do Voyager quotes for 300.
Gentlemen, please, love thy neighbor.
You want who said it?
Yep.
Who is the doctor / the priest of Fairhaven?
That's correct.
Well done.
Got a nice game going here. Birdo Prey 4. It's your turn.
References for 400. Pass.
Patrick.
Pass. Yep.
Chaco Taco.
Probably. I think that's that hack J.J. Abrams in his early career. His office. Ready to ruin Star Trek. Oh, what?
Omnicast.
I don't know. Back of someone's head. Pass.
I'm going to have to rewatch this film because I never noticed that before.
What is it?
Oh,
Not Close Encounters.
Yeah.
Damn, I was thinking of him, but well. Never
All right,
noticed that in the movie.
Patrick, it's your turn.
Starship Registries for 400.
NCC 2593.
2593. That would wait, it's the same one as the Stargazer, so that should be the USS Hathaway. What is the USS Hathaway?
That's correct.
Sometimes I remember them. Yay.
Well done. Chaco Taco.
Come on, USS Enterprise. Starship Registries for 100.
NX-01.
The Enterprise. What is the Enterprise?
That's correct.
It was close.
Wasn't that the Dauntless? No, that
Enterprise.
was the 1A.
All
Indeed.
right. Omnicast. Your turn.
Let's finish it up. Registries for 5.
Oh, we also have a
Finish it.
200 up there.
I'm sorry. I'll do registries for 5.
NCC 62043.
Okay.
It's a late model.
Yeah. I have no idea. Pass.
Bird of Prey 4.
Oi, what is the Melbourne?
That's correct.
Yep,
Nicely
well
done.
Well
done.
done. Well done.
When do you see the registry number of the Melbourne?
Well,
Oh my
right
God.
before the saucer gets blown off in Emmitsbury.
It's got every starship on a shelf right next to him.
Jesus.
And Bird of Prey 4, it is your turn.
References for 5. What is Captain America?
That's correct.
Yeah,
The first
that was
Avenger.
it.
Yes. I we've accepted the MCU in general, but yeah, you got it.
All right. You took the lead, Bird of Prey 4, but it's Patrick's turn.
Actors for 2.
Baylock and Grady.
That was who was Clint Howard?
That's right.
Yeah.
Chaco.
Still looking for Battle of Britain. Let's go with 300.
He warned the crew of the Enterprise D that the humiliating defeat at the Battle of Sharon had not been forgotten.
Oh, no. Who is Admiral Jirac?
That's correct.
Dr. Mora.
Good job, Chaco. Omnicast, your turn.
Taco Power.
Let's do Voyager quotes. 5 hundo.
Oh, no.
All right. You got the audio daily double. You have 1,200 points, and you are 1,400 behind the leader.
Let's make this a true daily double. 1,200.
All right. For 1,200.
Identify this character.
Your skepticism darkens my heart, Tigreth. What evidence did our ancestors have when they began this journey? Nothing but their faith.
Oh, that is. Can you play it one more time, please?
Your skepticism darkens my heart, Tigreth. What evidence did our ancestors have when they began this journey? Nothing but their faith.
Remember the episode.
I like this episode.
So his name was. Who is Kolar?
Yes, the Kuvamach would be impressed.
Kuvamach. You gotta say it the right way. Kuvamach.
Yeah, you have more phlegm in it, you're right.
Where
I
are
would
your
have sworn it
skeptics?
was Avery Brooks, but luckily it was not my question.
Excellent. We got a really tight game going now. Bird of Prey 4, it is your turn.
Famous battles for 400.
This character referenced Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo.
Pass.
Patrick.
Pass.
Chaco.
I feel like this is a trick question, too. I think it's... Man, I'm not going to risk it. I think I'm...
Omnicast.
Yeah, pass.
Is it Q?
Is it Data?
Shouldn't have been afraid to answer the clown.
The clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I thought it was an episode with the pig people.
Horrible episode.
Animal things.
I kind of like the episode. Patrick, it's your turn.
Let's finish out Starship Registries for 200.
NCC 638.
Oh, that would be the The one that got blown up. USS Grissom? What is the USS Grissom?
That's correct.
The Mighty Grissom.
The Mighty Grissom, indeed.
Made of Krogan alloys.
It's better than
That
Chinese.
I would not doubt. Chaco, it's your turn.
We will go with Voyager quotes for 100. Get off my bridge. Come on.
We are far from the bones of our people, but perhaps there is one powerful being who will embrace this woman and give her the answer she seeks.
Who is Chakotay?
That's right.
Nice pronunciation. I like that.
Indeed. Omnicast, you're up.
This is fun. Voyager quotes for 400. Why not?
I'm starting to feel like Jonah. How long was he in the belly of that whale?
Yeah. I don't want to risk it. Pass.
Bird of Prey 4.
Pass.
Patrick?
Who is Tom Paris?
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
Chaco.
And it's that episode where they rammed the big amoeba thing, isn't it? I think. I don't think it's the other monster one because they also never mind.
Is it Neelix?
It was John Kelly.
John Kelly.
Oh, that's right. The graviton.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Though Jonah was
Whips.
mentioned in that other episode as
Right.
well.
All right, Bird of Prey 4.
Battles 500.
With the Romulan help, the House of Duras defeated Gowron's forces in battle in this sector, although Martok's noble deeds on that dark day became legendary.
Pass.
Patrick.
Pass.
Chaco.
Pass.
Omnicast.
Pass.
The Britain sector.
It's in Mempa.
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 Right. Kern was talking about it.
All right. Got 3 clues left. Patrick, it's your turn.
Let's try actors for 5.
Thank God.
Arn Darvin and Barry Waddle.
TOS and DS9. Who is... No clue. Pass.
Chaco.
I don't know his name. Pass.
Omnicast.
He deals in Kivas and Trillium. Who is Charlie Brill?
That's correct.
Nice.
Well done. Well done. All right, you took the lead with that. Chaco, it is your turn.
Come on, get off my bridge for 200.
Ever hear the tale of the Good Shepherd? If even one sheep strayed into the wilderness, the shepherd left the safety of the flock and went after it.
Who is Get Off My Bridge Janeway?
That is correct.
And the scores tighten. All right, Omnicast, you get the last clue.
100.
Number 1, and the defiant computer voice.
Who is Majel Barrett?
That's correct.
Roddenberry. Right.
Boy, look at those scores. It's a tight game going into final Jeopnerdy. And it's the same link, but I'll put it in again into the private chat. So head on over to Cosmo Buzz and consider how much you'd like to bet with this category.
Actors in TOS and Enterprise.
And I see 3 of you in.
Oh, whoops, I
Yeah,
forgot.
I'm coming.
How many points do I have?
Chaco, you have 2,000 points.
I will
Birdo
bet
Prey
2,000.
Birdo Prey 4 has 2,300. Patrick has 2,600. And Omnicast is in the lead at 3,100. Waiting on all of you to enter your bet
Spell that
amounts.
wrong.
Oh, it looks right to me.
That's really how you spell fierce?
I believe so.
That's weird. It looks wrong.
I know sometimes words just don't look right. All right.
Apparently,
I'm
it
going
is
to
right.
enter what you've typed.
Oh no, what's the category?
Actors in TOS and Enterprise.
Oh, this
And the
better,
damn non-canon show.
this better be the video.
Hang on just a sec. I want to make sure I got this right. There are 4 of you, so I want to make sure I got it right.
There are 4 players.
Okay, I think I did. All right.
Waiting for this all day.
Have you now? All right. So let's reveal our clue.
Almost 40 years after playing this Romulan in TOS, Jack Donner portrayed a Vulcan priest in season 4 of Enterprise.
Players, you have 30 seconds. Kapla!
Oh, come on. That's not how it was supposed to go. Son of a...
And Patrick, you dropped out of Cosmo Buzz.
What? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna rejoin.
Come on, what was it? Oh, got it.
Okay.
I was about to turn my... I was about to go into rages.
Wrestle them. Wrestle your trembles into rages. Good video, John.
Thank you.
My trembles were wrestled to the rage. Well, no, my rages have been wrestled to righteousness.
In the soon after.
Let's see who won the game.
Hopefully, our sports
Chaco.
won't backwalk too much.
Backwalk.
Chaco Taco, you had 2,000 points, and your response was
Sub Commander Tal. Well done.
Yeah.
very, very good. How much was your wager? All of it, of course. Taking you to 4,000. You currently have the lead. Very, very good.
I heard the question wrong, so I got it wrong.
All right. Birdo Prey 4, you had 2,300 points. Your response?
It's home.
Home.
That was one of the episodes he was in. Yeah, we were looking for the name.
And how much was your wager? 900.
This Turtistani sabotaged my audio.
And 1,400. Patrick, you had 2,600 points. And what was your response?
Sub Commander Tal. Good.
How much was your wager?
All of
All
it.
of it.
No.
Now you're in the lead at 5,200 points. Very good. And Omnicast, last but not least, you had 3,100 points and the lead. What was your reply?
Sub Commander Tal. Good to see people
Very
watching
good.
my videos.
Yes.
And how much did you wager? 2,101 points, taking you to 5,201 points.
Nicely
That's
done,
just
Omni.
enough. You are the champion.
Nicely done, Omnicast.
Thank you. That was fun. I like these 4-player games, actually. They're a lot of fun.
And
Good job,
luckily, watching the Enterprise incident has not been in vain.
That's true.
Well done.
Even though I lost,
That was
I
a
have
great
been
game.
redeemed.
Yeah, that was
Great
fun.
game.
Yeah. that was a redemption from the first round.
It happens. It happens. You catch some hard questions, it's hard to recover.
Wow.
I'm just glad the video question was in there. Otherwise, I was going to be really angry.
Which one?
You almost got me by deciding to go with the character instead of the actor.
Huh.
I was
I didn't
worried.
want to make it too predictable.
No, we can't do that.
Indeed.
I was thinking you'd do it on your other video, the one on faith, the Walking with the Prophets video.
Welcome, Mikey. Sorry that you were late. Hello, Tim Christ. Welcome to the show.
Well, my the DS9 quotes category was basically all from that video.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's Jay.
Yeah.
Sorry that you were late as well, sir.
Reddick Yarka. Yeah, that's true. You did pick from that one.
The paper.
Mikey.
It's a paper.
It's a paper. Yeah.
That's
not the
interesting.
towel.
Welcome to the panel, Brother Jay.
Greetings.
Hello.
Hey, Jay. How are you, man?
And welcome, Mikey.
Well,
Hi,
I
guys.
knew that the last winner of 2023 was going to be Omnicast. I just knew it.
Wait.
Well, we actually have one more week.
Right. We have one more week. This is
Oh,
new.
you do?
Airplane.
I thought you guys were done.
No,
I
I
thought
thought
you guys
y'all
were
was
done.
done.
So what, the 30th?
One more week. I
Yeah.
predict it's going to be Omnicast.
Yeah, it'll be Omnicast again.
Listen, man, we got some fierce competition on here. Anything's possible.
As
I mean,
my
Not for
favorite
me.
doctor says, time will tell. It
yeah.
always does.
And
I've
John,
lost my mojo apparently in Star Trek trivia.
you did not. You
have
bring
not.
When I play you, man, it's on. Seriously, you don't miss
I
much.
had 700 points, dude.
When
Last week.
last week?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
I predict round
Was
2
I in that game with you?
will
Was I
be
in the-
quotes from
I
animated
don't know if
series.
you were or not,
Okay.
I think I was that one.
but that's the way it's been here lately. I just have lost. You know
It
how
happens.
somebody will constantly
Yeah.
win the race or win in poker,
The
but then
Patrick
all of a
King,
sudden, boom, they lose their stride.
You know, we all have our strengths, though. Like, certain times John will pick categories that we know the best. Like DS9 or TNG or whatever, Voyager. But then he strays into other areas, and we're stuck. And
Yeah.
it's hard. And there's strategy to this game too. Like, do you pass or do you take a guess? Do you make it a daily double or not? There's a lot of you gotta kind of play it.
Knowing my game play here lately, it's been pass.
Or as Mikey says, pass. Mikey?
And Thomas, I want to correct you. You're the one that said it would be back next year, not me.
I was
Disappointed.
expecting.
Why didn't you have Battle of Britain in famous battles?
Because I had it in
I
the World War
wish
II
we
category.
could get a question of Trek in here and get them to try it.
I'm working on them. I
T-Dowd
think
was here.
T-Dowd is. I
He
think
was here.
T-Dowd is the holdup. He's reluctant to come on.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna play an
come on,
audio clip.
T-Down. You doing
T-Down.
a question Trek? You're not gonna be as bad as you think in Jeopnerdy. Come on.
He's good. He's very, very good, but he likes to marinate on the questions a little bit. He likes to think about them. Let him permeate his brain. With the timer's hard. The timer is hard, man.
You have a long timer if you're the first one to go in, but
True.
second and third is not that long.
Yes, but they get your timer. The first player's timer as well.
True.
Yep.
Yeah.
The last time I played anything like Jeopnerdy, I choked on a question I actually knew by heart. It was a Battlestar Galactica question. I'll never forgive myself for that shit.
Welcome, Tim.
Greetings. It's hard to answer the questions when the pressure's on.
What was the name of the fighter or the ship that the Battlestar
People to
Galactica
answer
built?
when
And I'm
one
like,
does not
I had
understand the
Laura
question.
down, but I couldn't remember the name of the ship until after the question was answered. I'm like, God
Yeah,
damn it.
that's the way I am.
I freaking knew
Blackbird.
it too. I knew it. It's like it was named after my favorite.
Wasn't it Pegasus or something?
No, it was the Blackbird.
Oh my gosh!
My favorite jet.
It's the Brady Bunch.
in existence.
Love you too, Abby.
Oh, man.
For the references, I
It's
thought you
the
would play
Turkey
a clip
Bunch.
from San
is that
Antonio
Tom?
9.
San Antonio 9. Yes.
San
Where she says this
Antonio
is not a
9.
deep space, franchise station or
Although-
whatever it was.
Oh,
One
that
of
would have
those
been a great one. That would have been a great one.
Is that Santa Claus
Instead of one,
Transformer?
I miss your bunny. I miss your bunny.
What?
Yes.
Mecha Santa.
Can you rephrase that,
That's
Mikey?
Centimus Prime.
You want to see my bunny?
Yeah,
Gundam, goddammit.
Wow.
There we go.
Favorite anime.
Hey,
I'm not
franchise.
sure we do.
Oh, Santa Gundam! Santa Gundam!
Oh, okay.
All right.
It looks impressive, Tim.
Well, it's not mine. It's just an image I got.
It's good to see you, Brother Jay.
Good to see you, Brother Mikey.
What's impressive is the model I built the other day. It's in the.
Yeah, I truly think that Patrick's avatar is very adorable. It's so cute.
What did you build?
I bought a 1/48 scale unicorn Gundam, and I bought a lighting kit that goes with it, and it's really freaking amazing. After I got the whole sucker together, and I found a YouTube video that showed me how to put the lighting kit together, because it was all in Chinese. The instructions were all in Chinese. I had no clue what I was doing. So quite impressive, though.
It kind of sounds like that helicopter that the people from Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, had bought. And the instructions were all in Japanese or Chinese, and they just had to build it by just looking at the instruction, the parts being put together, on the piece of paper, and because they couldn't read the language.
I still want to know how they just handed Sulu a helicopter.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Guys, he was in the academy. You didn't say
You
what
scratched my back.
Huey?
I'm sorry, I didn't say that like Sulu.
Wow, you know how to
If you
fly
scratch
it.
my back, I'll scratch yours even harder.
Oh my!
Oh dear.
I just kind of wonder
That's
though when he said I flew something similar back in my academy days. What academy was he talking about in 1984?
The Naval Academy, maybe?
Federation.
Oh, I guess yeah, there is an academy there, isn't there?
Maybe.
The Air Force Academy?
Well, he meant Starfleet Academy back in the future, but
Well, if they were helicopters, they would be Army. Especially Hueys.
Yeah, Hueys were definitely Army. That's true. The Navy had helicopters, but
Well, yeah, like
not
Army,
Hueys.
Apache.
And no
well,
one would
yeah,
call
they're
West
like
Point
the
the
Apache
Academy.
helicopters. Well, the Huey and the Apaches are from the same.
anyone?
Sulu meant his roommate named Huey.
Huey Lewis in the news.
The same kind of.
I can't believe that Sulu got so mad. George Takei got mad that they made Sulu gay in the new Star Trek movies.
He was mad about that? I mean, I thought
yes, he
really?
was.
He was
because
upset. I'll say that.
No
His
kidding.
character wasn't gay. he was, but his
character wasn't.
And I got to say, that's quite refreshing.
Wow.
He didn't really have any relationships on the show, if you think about it. I mean, the movies either.
I wonder how he would feel about it now,
him and
though.
Dennis were sort of friendly, I guess. In
Well, there had to be one
what's
off
that
screen.
episode? What's that episode, John, with Green? The Salt Vampire? Man-Trap, yeah.
Man-Trap.
He was hitting on that chick with the flowers that had the glove flower that was like grabbing things.
And in the Mirror Universe, he was digging Uhura, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
And he had a relationship
That
with
was
the Excelsior.
Oh, he was like the Geordie of TOS, just constantly breaking out with women.
Because like Chekhov had more relationships than him. I mean, Scotty had a date or two, right? Kirk got around. Spock had got around a bit.
He must have had a relationship sometime.
But you just never saw
it. Has a daughter.
No. Uhura, yeah, she didn't really. Yeah, it's true.
No.
Yeah, he had a daughter, so.
It's the circle of death. There's 3 of them.
I heard that.
Women didn't matter.
Hold on. Uhura and Scotty were together in Star Trek V, weren't they?
That's true.
Only in a dream.
That was
only in a dream. Yeah.
Well, for some people, I don't believe it was a dream.
A
but
fever dream it was.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
And what with modern Trek making Spock in
Fever
relationships
dream?
with people?
Oh, come on, Patrick.
Yeah, that's strange, Thomas.
I mean, they have like a JJ.
That's
They
like
made
a
him and
fantasy
Uhura.
dream. Was it?
Hang on, Mikey.
It was like him and Uhura and then JJ when they had like just a little moment in TOS.
There was a moment with Uhura hitting on Spock a little bit, flirting with him. That's true.
But Spock didn't do a hit on her, but they made it into a romance.
And then Chapel,
Chapel,
right?
Yeah,
right.
Because he wasn't used to human romance, so romance with humans, so he didn't know that she was hitting on him.
But they kind of explained that in the show called Strange New Worlds. You know, like he's dating Chapel a bit, right? Oh, okay. You can't talk about that. Got it.
What show?
It's a hit series on this network called Paramount Plus.
I don't recognize
that. You get 1 month for free if you join right now.
I don't recognize that show.
You don't recognize that show?
Oh,
You want to hit it with a ballistic nuclear missile? I mean, yeah.
yeah. Well, is it Warner Brothers and yeah? No, I heard that Warner Brothers and Paramount are going to merge together.
They're
Is that
talking
true?
merge.
So,
I did hear that.
because that's cool.
But for now, you can try 7 days for free and stream thousands of episodes, live sports, and exclusive originals, all in one place.
That Dan Duncan show.
I'm sorry, I have to earn my keep. I'm sorry, guys. I have to throw it out there. Don't mind.
I see. You're working for Paramount. You're on commission with them.
Well, I should be working for Paramount for as much as I'm working out there for them.
No comment.
Welcome,
And
Aaron.
Peacock.
Why
I don't
does
answer
Spock want
questions.
nothing to do with Chapel and TOS then?
Because they broke it up.
Yeah, but she seemed interested still.
She did, but I think didn't he close off like he's not getting into relationships anymore after that? After he broke up with Chapel, it's like he's like that's it. He's not playing anymore, except with I guess T'Pring.
Yeah, he was married. Yeah,
Well, they were fooling around. I mean, they were like dating almost and having a relationship.
It's very Vulcan to sleep with a wife before you're married. That's
I'm almost
logical.
okay with that because that 7-year thing, like that doesn't make any sense. I mean, I understand that they have to do it once every 7 years, but they can't do it at all in between. Is that what it? I mean, that doesn't work either. I'm kind of okay with something in the middle. You know, I mean,
well my biggest it's one of many problems I have with that. How they handle that, but one of it is the fact that, in my opinion, Spock should have had no contact with T'Pring since they were children.
I agree with
but it's not
John
said.
on that.
It's implied because he's looking at the child's photograph. But
Why
it's
would
not
you look at
directly said?
Why would you look at the
Yeah, no, right. That's true. You look at a more recent photo than the one of a kid. Yeah, you're right. That makes no sense. That's true.
I don't think that Spock and T'Pring had seen each other since they touched minds when they were kids.
Well, If you
That's
watch
what I
the
believe.
hit series on Paramount Plus called Strange
Yes,
New
I
World,
know.
soon going into season
That's
3.
why I
There's
said what I
there's
said.
that title
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
What is that?
What is
No,
that
but
title? What
They
is
can make
that?
reference.
Star Trek Strange New World?
Strange New Worlds. Yes, it's a hit series on Paramount
the
Plus.
hit series on
It
Paramount
sounds
Plus.
very strange.
No,
You can
It's an
start watching.
Enterprise.
heresy.
You can start
Strange
watching
World
today.
The heresy.
It's
Try
an
1 week
Enterprise
free.
episode.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
say
you
that
can
if
get
you
it
want to
for
watch
$1.99 right now until the holidays.
John, take control.
if you want to watch a canon show, on the other hand, there is an episode of Enterprise where T'Pol makes reference to the fact where she had not seen her betrothed since they were bonded as children.
True.
That's right.
So they were paying respect to Amok Time, I suppose. But didn't she have a relationship with Trip? So I mean, she didn't wait 7 years. As
She
just the
cheated
male.
on
So,
her husband.
Now, I'm not saying that they can only do it once every 7 years.
okay.
What I'm
okay.
saying is that when they're bonded to their betrothed as children, they don't see them again until they're an adult.
Till the marriage time, till the time they get
Right.
together.
Wasn't
okay.
T'Pol also being affected by that stuff they were aligning the hall with?
The
or
Trillium
whatever?
D.
Trillium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
But that was an
Archer's
effort to make her a little
also
bit
had
more
too many
emotional,
windows.
right? To make her more human-like, right? They gave her some emotion because she ingested that drug.
And
was interesting.
something activated her her Ponfar thing to where she had to
Hump.
she was trying to get with Dr. Phlox in the medical bay
Oh yeah,
containment area.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's true. That's when she was in the in the decon chamber, right? They kept her in there.
Decon chamber,
Yeah, she's running around in the Good episode. Quality Star Trek there. Really good.
Basically, she was telling Phlox, if you do with a Vulcan, you won't go back to whatever his species is.
Denobulan and his 3 wives or whatever
See,
he's
I
got.
can't even think of species right now.
That's funny. I submit that Vulcans can and probably do, have relations more than once every 7 years. It's just they have to do it once every 7 years, right? They're drawn to it at a minimum.
I love what Trip says
Hang on, I'm going to step out for a moment.
I love what Trip says to Archer when T'Pol tells them that Vulcans only mate every 7 years. He goes, "That's a hell of a dry spell."
So yeah, this
Sure
is
is.
the model I built. I found the video for it. I had to get it off my phone.
Oh, very nice.
That's pretty cool. What is that? Is that? Oh,
Was
wow.
it Trip or was it Riker that said that the planet, the sex planet, starts with an R?
Ryza.
Isn't it? Ryza.
Yeah,
See, I
well
can't
done.
think.
No, it's not.
Wasn't it
It's not
Riker
just a
or
sex planet. It's a vacation
was
spot. Come on.
it Riker or was it Trip that said that the Rycians have sex with a drop of any hat?
But that was not Ryza. They were talking about the planet where Wesley Justice.
The planet where
Right.
all the people wear skimpy.
Oh,
and they run around
Ego,
Starfleet
Darren.
headquarters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with a D.
Right.
Yar said any hat. Yeah.
Any hat. Yeah, it was Tasha.
Yeah, that's
Rest in
it. That's
peace.
it.
Right.
Wesley should have died.
Hey John, I think Darren's hovering in the back.
Oh, okay. Thank
What's
you.
up, Darren Wagner? How are you?
For a minute, I thought that
I'm
was the
good.
comment section.
How about you?
Good.
Greetings.
Hey, Darren. Merry Christmas.
Hi. Merry Christmas.
Okay, it's that time of year. What did Santa say to the 3 prostitutes?
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas, ho ho ho's.
That's pretty good.
Have Mary on my Christmas.
Oh,
On my mask Christmas. My mask Chris.
What do you call Santa's helpers?
Oh no.
What do you call Santa's helpers?
Subordinate clauses.
I'm trying to figure out if that's actually funny.
You ever see those internet memes where it's Captain Edward Jellicoe making jokes that are really bad? That's
Yeah.
they had that was one I saw today. So yeah.
Jollicoe moments.
Yes.
Jollicoe. That's like the one where they have O'Brien standing there all day, right?
I have to say that Mecha Santa is very cool and very foreboding. I just had to say that.
Yeah, it's neat.
I think that Mecha Santa is awesome.
Well, that's
I
not
thought that was Skyfire.
That's
Jetfire.
is what that is.
Does that run on batteries? I mean, how is that?
Well, it has options. It has. I got a battery
runs
pack
on
with
Intercom.
3 AA's, or it has a USB interface. I can put it.
Energon Cube.
So if you put it on USB, does it? It'll just run off that continuously. It'll just keep going. Okay.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. It does. There is a phone app I could get for it, but there's also a little remote.
Hey Patrick, I had a question for you.
It's a lot of work.
Go ahead, Mikey.
It actually wasn't that hard. It just it was intimidating. When you're looking at it.
I was going to ask Patrick if he ever was involved in a interactive game online between Star.
Here you go.
Oh, between what?
Trek fan.
You'll have to ask again when he comes back.
Yeah. Need you to boost your matter gain.
It's his Wi-Fi.
Could not complete the question, but that's easy answered. I have only done this and question of track, so nope. Never did anything else.
You do sound very familiar, like someone else I heard on YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Got a doppelganger.
What about Star Wars versus Star Trek?
We might have an imposter on our hands.
A Dutch doppelganger?
Dutch doppelganger.
I'm undefeated on question of track if Jeff won't let me come back.
You're welcome back anytime.
They altered the time so Cinnabon couldn't play. That's what I heard told.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Vast conspiracy against Cinnabon. It's true. What time is that? Is it tomorrow too? 11?
No, we are finished. No? We are finished for the year on a question of track.
Okay.
Conti wants to get into bed early so Santa can come.
Yeah, you're coming back on. Did you say January 7th, Jeff? January 7th.
No,
right?
It's what is it?
Something like that.
Yeah, it would be January 7th. And I have a thunderstorm.
Oh,
That's what I thought.
keep it there, would you?
I hear the thunder and
Yay!
it's raining.
Wow.
Don't worry, it's supposed to come to me in the morning, making me miss church.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
It's Jeff's fault. It's always his fault.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's speaking of a different Jeff.
Could be this guy's fault.
Jeffrey Sinclair.
Ooh.
Speaking of that,
Just
what episode are you on? Where are you at on B5?
Sky is Full of Stars.
Well, you're really taking your time. You're really going. You're really okay.
I just watched it before Jeopnerdy tonight.
Okay, that's a great episode.
That is a great episode of B5
with the guy from Star Trek 2, right? With what's his name?
Indeed, yes.
Right, another crossover.
Yeah, yep, another crossover.
The guy
the Breckian. What was his name? We just add the questions tonight.
Oh,
What
you
the hell
mean
was his name?
Judson Scott?
Judson Scott. He was in Babylon 5. Yeah, episode.
Oh,
That's right,
He was.
He played Knight
Oh,
number
yes.
Nice
2.
photo of him.
The Phoenix.
I love the Phoenix. I don't know why they couldn't watch that show. The ratings were so poor on that, and Powers of Matthew starred. That was another good one.
I find it interesting that in a lot of Star Trek, Judson Scott actually goes uncredited through most.
Yeah.
A good portion of it.
It's like he's embarrassed.
Just pay me. I don't want my name on the screen. Just pay me. It's fine. It's good. That was funny.
Sure,
I'm on Babylon
expected.
Squared, so I'm a little ahead of you, but not by much. And
Oh,
it's
13
great.
episodes. That's a good clip ahead of me.
Is that far ahead? Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm on The Gathering.
20.
I think I'm on disc 4. I think disc 3. I don't know.
I'm on, it's got to be disc 4.
Okay.
I'm at The Gathering.
The Gathering. You're at the first episode.
Well, I've been busy.
These
They
Blu-rays
should
are
have paid
amazing.
me for F4.
Yeah, the Blu-rays are extremely high quality.
Spectacular. I've never seen it this clear before, and I'm shocked. That
The only exception is The Gathering, but I think that was because they didn't have the film to go back to.
The original negative. It went back to a tape, probably enough.
It looks like it does on HBO Max. You know, this is quality, so it wasn't. I didn't think it was good on HBO Max.
But it could have been good. I don't know why it was so
film to
compressed.
go back to.
Oh, is that why? Okay,
I think so.
It's also a pilot.
It's presented in widescreen for one thing,
but it's not the original one. It's the one they did for the TNT movie, right? It's not the original.
I have one beef with
and
B5.
I think
one beef.
What's that, Tim?
What's that?
I have one beef with B5.
Bring it on, brother.
Why the hell were the PPG rifles so awesome in the pilot movie, and then they turned into those little Tinker Toy Nerf guns in the rest of the series?
That's interesting. Well, they had rifles too in the rest of the series. They didn't break them up too often.
The rifles in the pilot movie were these sleek black. They almost look like laser tag guns.
No, that's true. That's true. You're right about that.
Cool.
You're right about that.
I want a replica of one of those because they had like a cross handle on them and stuff.
They did.
And then you get these, like I said, they look like Nerf guns or maybe like zombie strikes.
And like the sidearms look like little snub nose, like 38 tomahawks. They look like
the sidearms didn't bother me so much. It was just the rifles.
The rifles,
like
that's true.
Oh. Thank God the body armor got better.
Yeah, it's true.
I have to say that one of the weirdest. Yeah, one of the weirdest things that I have to say was the Cowboys versus Aliens movie. That you got cowboys with 6 guns that are trying to take on aliens.
But you had James Bond with his specialized gauntlet, man.
And Indiana Jones.
That was a linchpin right there.
Indiana Jones also.
That movie was fun.
I knew you'd mention that. I knew you would. Aliens.
Don't bring a whip to a gunfight.
In a cowboy western. Sure. Okay. I know, it was bizarre.
No, you just don't want to be an Arab with a sword. Boom.
That was one weird movie I watched.
I'll be right back.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's a great movie. What do you mean weird? It's a great
classic.
Weird to me.
The third one is the best.
Yes, the third one is great, but I still like the first one.
I forget the order of it. What is it? The Kingdom of Doom or something? Wasn't that the Temple of Doom? Was the third one?
The Temple of Doom.
Kingdom of Doom.
Second
Wow.
one.
Yeah,
Second one?
Temple of Doom was the second one.
Well, chronologically, Temple of Doom is supposed to be like, first, and then it's Raiders, then it's the Crusade, then it's the
Last
Aliens,
Crusade.
and then it's
That's right.
the last one. Isle of Destiny.
with Sean Connery in the
Yeah.
last one, right? Yeah.
I
haven't
thought
seen him in
Destiny
so
was
long.
okay. I didn't hate it, but I thought it was fine.
Well, yeah, the third one technically
I
that's
had
the best.
I had an issue with watching Old Man Indy just get manhandled
Well,
by every fucking
we
bad
all
guy
know.
in the movie. That's my only issue. I didn't care about the chick or any of the other things people complain about. It was just that it was Old Man Indy with his arthritis hands getting just tossed around. You know, I just like no.
That's weird. I know some older gentleman on a nerd fight channel that won't watch it because he doesn't want to see Indiana Jones jumping around like he's 30 because that's what he heard.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, I mean, the
no.
beginning of it with what is it, deep fake young Indy, that was great. That was like classic Indy. But the rest of it, I mean, I get it. He's an old guy now. I mean, he's Grandpa Indy. But
he should be doing old man things.
Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah, like when he got stuck climbing up that wall.
Yeah, like
it's like in Picard season 3. Picard didn't throw a punch.
Yeah,
you
but
know, who would have believed that?
guys don't
right?
He was never one for fisticuffs.
He hit people all the time, especially if they're
Klingons.
Ferengi.
Yeah.
Klingons, Ferengi. That's true.
Captain America's next thing.
Nausicaans.
Picard also wasn't 80 in season 3 either.
He was 90 something. Well, he was a robot. He wasn't really.
He was near 90 if
I'm sorry, I was thinking TNG. Fucking God.
Oh, yeah.
I was
40.
once again missed the beat. Sorry.
I think he was just a little over 40, I think.
Yeah, he's 42 when he started TNG.
He looks like he was 52, though.
Damn, he even knows that.
It's just because he's bald.
Because he's bald, right?
Yeah. When you look at season 1 and you look at him in Blu-ray high definition, he does not look like an old man. It's weird.
It's just his hair missing and salt and pepper in the back, right?
Yeah, salt and pepper in the back. That's it.
He had my stepdad's definition of upper body definition there. I mean, just kind of dad bod.
That was Riker.
Patrick Stewart, yeah.
Riker had girdle gut.
Fat. Yeah, he got
Riker
fat.
Riker had Shatner's problem. He had to wear a girdle under all that shit.
Yeah, and Riker was supposed to be the action guy for the show, the way Kirk kind of was.
Yeah,
and because he got too fat to believably do that, then Michael Dorn and Patrick Stewart had to step up.
Well, Jonathan Frakes lost quite a bit of weight for this next season. The season 3 of Picard.
Yeah,
he did look slimmer. You're right about that. Yeah. He did look.
Yeah, he did.
Than he did in season 1. He was baking all those pizzas. He had to stop eating them.
Well,
I'm just glad he fixed his hair before he started captaining his ship again.
I found it interesting that he said that when he was first in negotiation for this, he didn't know if he could do it because he hadn't acted in about 9 years.
Right.
He'd been directing.
It was rusty.
Yeah, but he seemed to pick it up pretty well.
But I mean, he's played Riker for so long. I mean, it must be just like riding a bicycle. I mean, it's just, you slip right into that character again. It can't be that hard. I mean,
he did great in that video game. That new video game, he did Riker good.
In all honesty, though, if you've seen Frakes and other things, you just see Riker in pretty much everything he does. I mean, when he did what was that? He did like that. Not Unsolved Mysteries, but he did some other show like something
Unexplained.
Like hosted it. You'd see Riker.
No, it's I got it on the tip of my head. Beyond Belief.
Yeah, this is Beyond Belief. That's right. Factor. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
He's in a suit. He's in a sport coat, but he's Riker, right? He's just
you just hear it. You hear it.
He's Riker on the holodeck.
Reading a teleprompter
episode. Yeah.
Oh God, there was Red Letter Media is going through.
He was better than the other host. I'll tell you that.
Wait, who said something about Red Letter Media? I love those guys.
I did. Tim. They were going through like their favorite Star Trek episodes. They commented on Riker. like Riker, they were asking. Riker had to give an order on the bridge or something. He's like, "All right, well, I'll be in the holodeck," you know.
That was in the Perfect Mate. The Perfect Mate. Yeah, he goes to the holodeck after. That was creepy. Yeah, they did a trivia show. Actually, those two guys did it.
Yeah,
they did a
what
trivia.
was,
Yeah.
I'm heading out, guys. Hey,
what,
Merry Christmas,
what was
everyone.
that episode where
Thanks for joining
Frakes
us,
played
Cinnabon.
himself
Bye.
twice? What was the name of that episode that he
Question,
played
Ben.
twice himself?
What do you mean he played himself?
Like, he played two different versions of Riker.
Yeah,
in
John,
one
what was the
episode.
name of the episode that Frakes played himself twice as Riker?
I think you're playing the second chances.
Yeah.
What, you played Thomas Riker? You mean that you're talking
Yeah,
about?
second chances. Yeah, where he doubled.
Yeah.
Second
Oh.
chance.
The actor wasn't playing himself twice. He was playing Riker
Right.
twice.
Okay. Second chance. Right.
That was a good episode.
I'm playing
It wasn't bad.
myself 3 times right
I didn't
now.
care
Lord
for it.
Burton directed that one.
I didn't like the idea of another Riker running around out there.
I don't like the idea that the transporter can magically duplicate a person.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right,
Why
right.
you
I
still
don't
have
like
the
that
other-
either.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
not
there has to be
good.
something taken away. I would think, you know.
Well, the way they
I
described
actually-
it was with the visual aid, but didn't make much
Yeah,
sense.
I
to me.
actually liked Scott Bakula's Mirror Universe Archer in that two-parter in A Mirror Darkly. Yeah,
Yeah, he was
I
pretty.
think Bakula did a great job.
pretty tough.
played
Yeah.
That's actually one of my
Yeah.
favorite Star Trek episodes of all
Inter-universes.
time. And
Yeah.
I'm not a big
Whirling
fan of
villain.
Enterprise either.
And that was definitely for the fans. That one, I just love the simplicity of the Terran Empire. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
we
a
need
great
information. We just need information. Oh, we've got some slaves
Oh,
down here.
for
Like,
sure.
okay, bring one to the briefing room. And they start beating the crap out of it until it starts talking. It's like, you know,
Oh,
it's like they cut to they cut to Mayweather beating
And
the
the
crap
Foley
out
and
of
Webb?
him. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah,
love
and
these
the
guys.
Foley and
These
Webb they
guys,
had, that was
Hold on,
cool.
Mike, talking over everybody. Mikey, hang on. Wow.
I had to head out, go eat something.
Well, thanks for joining us, Thomas.
But Cinnabon is the true champion. You cannot silence us over this. He is the champion, and nothing.
Oh, I think he's been silenced. Section 31 must have interfered with his transmission. He was talking about being the true champion of something. I don't know what he was saying there, but
Didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear a thing.
yeah.
Well,
It was,
they confirmed that.
Subspace interference.
They confirmed that Michelle Yeoh is going to do that Section 31 movie. I've heard
yeah,
that.
because
give a
he's
shit.
contracted
About
to
Michelle
do
Yeoh.
The secret
Yeah,
secret
Section
hideout.
31 movie.
And this goes for Mad Robot as well, or whatever his name was, Bad Robot, and
Yeah.
Secret Hideout. Their version of
Bad reboot.
Section 31 is not authentic, so I don't care. I just
What do you
don't
mean it's
care.
not authentic? Like what's the problem with it?
The problem is that it's an official organization with in Secret Hideout and Bad Robot's continuity. In Deep Space Nine, it was a shadow organization that not only a few people even knew about. It was like a hidden cabal within Starfleet. It wasn't their espionage division.
They didn't have special comm badges and special ships, and okay,
right.
I understand what you're saying. Right?
They didn't have
space
that. It
stations.
was- I mean, when Sloan visited Bashir, nobody knew how he was getting on. Nobody knew how he was getting on board the station. He would just appear in Bashir's quarters, and keep in mind Bashir had a genetically engineered intellect, so I mean he couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
So
there was no transporter trace, no residual anything. He just there.
Iconian
and
doorways.
Yeah.
Well, how do you like how Enterprise handled it then? I think they handled it pretty good.
Enterprise, Enterprise is fine. It's the Berman era created Section 31, and the Berman era was the ones that utilized it the best. And
with Malcolm Reed and but then Archer knew about him, right? Archer was talking to the contact from there too, right? So
but Archer is what, about 200 some odd years before TNG and Deep Space Nine. So
but there was no Federation charter either. So I don't know what this Section 31 was
They're not.
referring
They're
to,
not.
right?
They're not part of the Federation Charter.
was
They're part
Section
of
30.
the Starfleet. They're part of the Starfleet
Got
Charter.
it. I understand. Okay.
And that's why they're so full of themselves, because they predate the Federation.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, they were necessary, right? I mean, they were.
Well, you
Hey,
can
Omnicast, I had a
make
question.
the argument that they did very good things. I mean, yes, they engineered a plague for the founders, but they also, but that also did end the war. I mean, it made it so they had leverage, over the changelings. So that was a good thing. They also in Enterprise they needed a stable Klingon empire, and the whole plague thing with Affliction, where they lost the ridges, that was fine.
What about in the episode Conspiracy? Where the hell were they? Right? Why couldn't they uncover that plot?
Omnicast, where did you get your? Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, go ahead, Mikey. What's up?
No, I had a question. Omnicast, where did you get your Borg avatar from?
Well, that's.
No, I was asking about the Borg avatar.
That is literally a screenshot from their episode in Q Who.
Yeah, that exactly. That's from it's from actually the Best of Both Worlds. That's the.
That's the new and improved. Yep.
Right. He beams on the bridge and just
sticks
his arm up. He sticks his arm up, and then Worf shoots him. So that's it. He has a pretty quick ending. Right.
The ones in Q Who are actually more simple than that. They were just literally guys in black leotards. With a couple little doodads stuck to them,
There was a couple of drones in Q Who. Yeah, it's true.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Okay.
Wasn't that one that stained the carpet?
Yes, he stained the carpet. He dissolved and left a little stain on the carpet. That is true. Yeah, he just stuck his arm up. Worf shot him, ended up on the carpet. His buddy took some parts off, and he's gone. That's it.
At least they clean up for themselves.
Bring the carpet cleaner.
Instead of having to call Rooter, what's that? Oh, I messed that joke up. Forget it.
7 of carpets.
Stanley Steamer? What do you think of Stanley Steamer?
Get out the dirt devil.
Clean up aisle 1 on the bridge.
I like the classic Borg. The movies changed the Borg, obviously. The first.
Yeah, why did they have any robot cleaners on the Enterprise?
They didn't need
Well, apparently they have robots to fix the ship in Picard season 3, so I guess they have robots to clean.
One person at a time, please.
Yeah. They mentioned Jordy mentioned drones loading torpedoes on the Enterprise D.
That's true,
and that's fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, but again, when they showed the Titan getting repaired, we're not sure exactly what those were. Those could have been people in like work pods,
worker bees, right? Worker bees.
Jeff
those kind
appears.
of things. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here again.
I think they were robots, repair robots.
Welcome back, Jeff.
Thank you. And I see there's some lies going on in chat.
Yes, it's continuing there. But the early Borg, I kind of like them because they didn't have they had nanoprobes, but not really. They didn't have injection. It was a different kind of process. If you were assimilated, it was mechanical, like implanted. It was surgery.
The idea was also that they didn't normally do that when they did it to Picard.
Right.
Because they had their nursery where they were probably just test tube babying or cloning those little infants. And
right. They were born biologically. Yeah, Riker opened that drawer, right, and there was a baby in there with.
Well, they thought that they were born.
Yeah.
But
you surmised
they kept being modified every time we saw them, and
that's
and
true.
I think their original 2 appearances are when they were the most.
They were, and then of course we saw them in what Iborg, which they were still pretty. I mean, with Hugh, that was a good episode too. I didn't like Descent at all. I think that
I didn't care for Descent.
It was too much. I get what they were doing with lore, and like they were trying to make a corollary to the what was it? The David Koresh whole thing that went on in Waco, right? That's what they were trying. They were trying to write an episode based around those current events at the time. But I didn't like how they pulled it off with the Borg moving so fast and talking and thinking. It's like they were all individuals all of a sudden. It was odd. It was very odd.
Well, the
I didn't like
episode of Voyager. Go ahead.
I didn't like Iborg either. Just the idea.
Why not?
Because the whole premise didn't make sense. Picard says at the end, "Well,
I just thought it was
maybe
funny. You couldn't.
give me a
You
second,
couldn't
Mike."
convert an android into a
hear you.
Borg.
Mikey,
He's so far behind, he can't even hear you. He's just talking.
Yeah, Mikey's like 10, 20 seconds behind us.
All right. No, so Picard at the end decides instead of using the destructive breed of nanites that they had developed, that maybe we'll just let him go back, and then when he connects to the Borg collective, they'll have a brief moment where they'll experience individuality, and that might cause a revolution.
Yeah. The most pernicious program out there. Yeah.
Well, Picard, if that was possible, that would have happened when they assimilated you.
Right.
So, it didn't make any sense for him to even say that.
Up to that point, all right, let's leave the movie end out of it. The way that he transitioned from a drone into somewhat of an individual, they handled it pretty well. Like, he wasn't really talking for the first part of the episode. He had to work up to start talking and then break him down a bit. He kept referring to himself as we instead of I. It was kind of interesting. He wasn't just an immediate, I'm a separate from the collective. I'm talking, and it's like, it took him a while to develop his personality. The ending, I agree, was not good. I didn't like that. Although when he looked at Geordi at the end, that was kind of interesting. When he kind of glanced at Geordi as he was beaming up, I thought that was an interesting little ending.
No, I actually today watched a season 2 episode called Pen Pals, and I forgot how. That's probably my favorite. My favorite, Prime Directive episode.
It's a good one.
But what's funny is that little girl who played Sarjenka, she grew up. She filled out. I don't know if you've seen pictures of her as an adult. She's still an actress.
I don't care for that. I don't care for that episode because Data should have known better.
Right. He did have a little bit of an innocent thing there, but his interpretation was...
What's the name of that episode?
Pen Pals.
Pen Pals.
Oh, yeah.
But they definitely violated the Prime Directive by saving that planet. I mean, that was...
There was a neat scene, though, I have to say, where Picard, rather than having a powwow with his senior officers, he didn't have it in the normal place. He had it in his quarters.
His cabin, yeah.
Yeah, he sat at his desk, and a bunch of people sat on the couch and on the various chairs in there, so it was a very relaxed environment.
And they had food. They were drinking tea and stuff, right? Yeah.
They had food, and and it's like we've never seen that before.
I liked it though, actually.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, the blocking was a little
stiff. The only person left on the planet?
No, she wasn't the only person left.
Okay.
But they definitely violated the Prime Directive by saving that planet. It's the same situation that happened in the episode. What was it? The one with Rasmussen, the time traveler. I mean, it was the same thing. That planet asked for their help, though. This was a pre-warp planet, yet that somehow had subspace radio, right?
Right.
So
and they erased Sarjenka's memories at the end. So.
Yes, that's right. But they still saved the planet. That's a clear Prime Directive violation. You're not supposed to interfere with those kind of things, right? They did it in Star Trek Into Darkness too. With
her message to people, out into space, was interpreted as a call for help. Essentially, a general distress call, which Starfleet ships are required to render aid. So,
but even if they're pre-warp,
right? I mean, so they had to handle it very differently, and throughout the episode, Riker keeps turning Picard and go, "Where are we at now?" And he keeps raising the level.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think that was also
seems to be a very wishy-washy thing to try and dance around.
Well, the Prime Directive is, at the end of the day, nothing more than a dramatic device. That's all it is. Yeah. But I think that was the first episode where they actually filmed outside in a real place. I want to say because
in that episode, they were outside.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, you're right.
That's season 1. This was season 2. But he was running a horse. He was running a horse.
Yeah, they were at that chemical and sewage treatment plant that they like to use for.
That was Starfleet headquarters, right?
Ultra modern cities and stuff. Yeah.
it was Beta Z. It was Starfleet headquarters. It was. Yeah. Hey, John, there's a category for you. There you go. How many times did they reuse that water treatment plant? Right.
Well, it's such a campusy looking place too.
It
It's
is.
like, you
It
know,
is.
it could
Yeah.
have been anything, and that's what I thought was kind of neat about it.
Boothby's planting things, and that's it.
Yeah.
Hanging out. That's right.
But
It must have smelled terrible, though. Isn't it a sewage treatment plant out there in LA? It must have been horrible filming there. I mean, you're dealing with.
you know what? Nobody was making a face.
That smelled so good.
I mean, what I also like was the when Picard was riding the horse, and they did this a couple times. They shot that at that famous Star Trek park where McCoy got gored by the knight in Shore Leave.
Oh, in Shore Leave,
You know,
that was where they.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That park's been used in a lot of different stuff, in not just Star Trek, but also I remember as a kind of an in joke. If you remember that show Heroes, where George Takei's his character's son was Hero, the guy whose power was to control time and space.
Okay.
And he accidentally throws himself back into ancient Japan, and he's in that park, and all the little blossom petals are falling from the sky, falling from the trees. And that was the in joke that that was the park. I mean, they even kept the same angle and everything that
Yeah.
And that's
I wanted to visit that area where Kirk was in what was it, where he fought the Gorn. That was outside of LA, wasn't it? I wanted to go there.
Vasquez
Rocks.
Yeah.
Yes, I really wanted to. I never made it there.
The actual rock is the Vasquez rock is great. Vasquez rock is essentially the same, but the area around it has changed quite a bit. And that's kind of sad because they had a guy who filmed like a couple of shots from he went there and he mimicked the shots from
the angles,
arena and the angles and everything, and you can there's been a lot of landscaping around those things.
Well, that's interesting. Speaking of arena, where was that filmed? The Cestus 3. Hello,
multi-gun.
Was that a backlot somewhere? Or was that somewhere in the desert?
Probably a backlot, but you got to keep in mind also that in the remastered version they created more of the base and the mountains in the background, because in the original it was just there was a twisted piece of metal covering the parts they didn't want you to see when they had their establishing shot. So that's all it was a backlot that they typically used for scenes like that where there was a lot of bombing going on.
Mm-hmm. They did a good job in the remaster, though. It's hard to tell where it picked up.
Well, yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did a nice job with the TOSR.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I read that arena episode actually was on. It was a Paramount backlog, and they had shown previous war movies there, war movie scenes. That's what they used some of that from, was from where they used to have war movie scenes there.
That makes
in the
sense.
backlot.
Yeah.
Because of the wide shot.
The one I really like is in one of my probably my favorite TOS episode is Operation Annihilate, where they're at this
Deneva? What is it?
It's Deneva, but the filming location was a school.
It was like an office building or something, wasn't it? Like a modern, like a 60s looking.
No, it was the Dunlop, or what was it? Not what the freak? It was an architectural and engineering school, I believe.
Okay.
Let me look at it.
Because you saw the buildings, you saw the little staircases, right, that they were on, and
well, there's all this weird like mid '60s
yes.
Industrial artwork in the streets and stuff.
I liked it though. I thought it was pretty neat. Starbase 11 was all phony. That was all soundstage, I think, right? That wasn't really outside. I don't think.
Which one was that? Was that the one from
the Menagerie?
Menagerie. Yeah, that was a.
That wasn't anything.
Okay,
really.
So it was filmed at Space Park, which Space Park is an aerospace engineering campus occupying over 100 acres in Redondo Beach, California.
Redondo Beach,
1961. So it was practically brand new when they
It
filmed
looked
there.
it. It looked it.
Yeah.
It looked brand new. It looked like it was a new, modern 1960s, kind of look to it.
It's an R&D campus for Northrop.
Grumman.
What do they call it? Grumman.
Right.
Northrop now. Yeah, and but that's what it was back then, and they've removed a lot of the weird sort of monkey bars sort of pieces of art in there, but some of it's still there.
That's pretty cool.
The building where Sam Kirk lived was actually the cafeteria for the campus. Yeah. My favorite though is when they redressed Mayberry from the Andy Griffith show into an
Inspector
alien.
of the Gun, or no? Which one?
No, it was no. It was poop. Let me see if I can.
Edith Keeler episode.
Oh, that one?
No.
Was it or the one with the children? The one with the kids? The one with the kids?
I'm looking it up. All right, let's see here.
Mary?
Yeah,
Miri. That's what it is. Although somebody who said City on the Edge of Forever, that they also used parts of it for that too, but they didn't destroy it. Because in Miri, of course, everything was run down, so they had to make everything look like it was ancient and derelict and stuff. But yeah, So.
Did y'all see the deleted scenes of Star Trek Nemesis?
Which ones?
The deleted scene where the new first officer comes on board.
Oh yeah, Major Hayes.
Yeah, Major Hayes.
Picard says to the new commanding officer, to the new first officer, that their first mission is going to be at the Deneb system, place where no one had gone before. That was their first mission.
Deneb, yeah.
That was Farpoint. That was Farpoint you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Lord, even the actors can't remember their first voyage.
No, they can't. Well, Patrick Stewart always used to forget what planet they were on. I mean, that's what the biggest mistake he'd always make. Or sometimes he'd be in the transporter room and he'd say engage instead of energize. And he's
that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, we say energize in this room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Those outtakes are precious. Yeah. They're very good. They had fun.
I love the outtake of one of the seasons of TNG where Picard is looking at Worf and Data saying,
Can't you believe it, boys?
hadn't any of you ever played made model ships in bottles before? And Worf goes, I never played with boys.
Yes.
However,
classic.
in two, Worf was making a model boat, and he broke it when the doorbell went off.
Yeah.
Snapped it like a twig. Just shoved it in his drawer and closed it.
And he had a model of a Katinga on his desk.
Yeah.
So
right.
It was,
that was peak performance.
I made so many errors in Star Trek.
Favorite TNG episode of mine is Peak Performance. So.
They needed to hire somebody on every Star Trek series to tell them, oh no, they did do this before. Oh no.
Well, they did later on, didn't they? They had more consultants later on, I think. And Ronald D. Moore was a big TOS fan. Like some of the writers of TNG in the Rick Berman era were not TOS fans, and some of them were. Like Ronald D. Moore was a complete TOS nerd, so he'd work in little references and callbacks to TOS wherever he could in his episodes, right? Where others didn't care about TOS so much, or the movies for that matter.
I think Mikey was asking a question of Darren.
What,
Mikey? Let him catch up.
Yeah.
4,
Yeah,
3,
no, I was just
2.
gonna say, is that literally? Yeah, I'm trying to. Sorry, Jeff. Literally, is that Kermit on top of Taylor Swift?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kermit is surprising Taylor Swift.
I just thought it was funny. Yeah. Okay. I got
Okay,
it.
okay.
Lord
John's
have
not
mercy.
impressed. So
Oh,
John's
my.
not impressed. So I'm gonna go ahead and change it.
You don't
I
have to
was
change
wondering
it. It's
how.
up to you.
You don't change anything.
I was wondering how long anybody would take to notice that or say anything. That was all I did it for. But no.
It's not
No,
easy.
but
Jedi, Mikey.
yeah, I mean, what continuity,
I'm very
mistakes
observant. I might be slow, but I'm very observant.
or inconsistent continuity has always been in Star Trek. I mean, even especially in TNG, were the Klingons part of the Federation? Well, it was sort of agreed upon that they were until they weren't. And
Right.
it was they didn't know what they're still feeling things out. And I mean, even in the original series, the organization that everybody worked for, it had so many different names. Space Command, Space Probe Agency, Star Command.
Part of the Federation until they have a Klingon civil war.
Thank you,
Then the
Thomas
Federation
Potts.
goes
I
away.
agree.
Well,
yeah.
they wanted to name the Klingon planet Kling until someone else came up with Kronos, and
Which I didn't have a problem with.
they were calling Vulcans Vulcanians.
Vulcanians, right?
Right.
But didn't the Organians have a hand in bringing the Klingons closer to the Federation? Like, it wasn't that.
Yeah,
I'd say they chopped their balls off.
The Organians never were mentioned after TOS, so
They were in DS9. DS9 they were referenced a few times.
I'm talking about in reference to the Klingons.
Yes,
and the negotiations with the Federation. I mean, obviously they were never brought up in Star Trek 6, and that was one of the biggest leaps forward between the two of them.
True, because the Cold War ended.
Right.
But maybe it was a Cold War because of the Organians. Otherwise, it would have been a hot war.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But they didn't reference them. Yeah.
and that's another thing with.
And
I'm
don't
not,
forget the Klingons destroyed the Tribbles' homeworld after the trouble with Tribbles.
That's the same problem with them. Their what do you call it? Not fact checking. Star Trek 6 says that peace with the Klingons. Well, in TNG, Wesley says in the shuttlecraft, "Is this before we had peace with the Klingons?"
Right.
That's not what he said. What he said was that's
the
not what he
Klingons joined
said.
the Federation, right? Did
Yes,
he say
yeah.
that?
He specifically says this was before the Klingons joined the Federation, which
they never
implies,
joined the Federation.
which they never did. You're right,
Right.
because that was something that would later be refined. Yeah.
What's the first season episode? Heart of Glory? Is that what it's called?
Heart of Glory.
Heart of
the
Glory.
First Klingon episode. Yeah.
And the captain comes on the screen. The Klingon captain comes on the screen. You see the Starfleet emblem or the Federation emblem behind him, and the Klingon emblem behind him as well.
Right.
So that was odd. You never saw that before, right?
Right, and you could interpret that in a couple different ways. The idea
Maybe
that
they had an embassy.
the idea that maybe that was just what they did whenever they were communicating between the Federation and the Klingons or whatever. Who knows? I mean, it was probably meant to imply something that would later be developed, and then they dropped it. So
yeah, by season 1 they pretty much got it sorted, or early season 2 of TNG it was sorted out.
Samaritan Snare, which happened pretty late in season 2, has the line that Wesley asks about the Klingons joining the Federation, and Picard nods
because he was in the shuttlecraft with Picard. Right, they were eating sandwiches and traveling to the starbase. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and Patrick says that's right.
Yeah, well, I made a theory about that a while back. I know that it was a retcon later what happened, but my theory is that Wesley just misspoke a little bit. What he meant to say was before the Federation and the Klingon Empire signed an alliance.
Right. Yeah.
There are a couple of
alliance.
references.
You're right, and an alliance can also be interpreted as joined. But
This is great.
Because joined doesn't necessarily mean the same thing as became a member world.
And we're talking about the Khitomer Accords, technically, right? I mean, that's where
that
was the treaty between the Klingons and the Federation, but it wasn't called that either.
It wasn't called that yet. They hadn't come up with that story yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Which the first mention of Khitomer was before Star Trek 6, though. That was actually mentioned in season 3 of Star Trek: The Next Generation. when Worf went down to this planet, right? Wasn't it season 3?
No, it was season 1 because he told Captain Chorus and Conmail that he was there at the Kittimer, Camp Kittimer when it got attacked by the Romulans.
He said Kittimer? He said that in season 1?
Well, he didn't say Camp Kittimer. He said, I was on Kittimer.
He said Kittimer? Yeah. He did say that? I thought he...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he said something about Galt or something.
Well, Galt was the planet that Sergei Roshenko was living on at the time.
Right.
So and this was a little bit of a retcon as well, although it may not be, in the idea that Worf was allegedly raised on Galt, but we know that he
interesting.
May
So
have
he
been,
did
may
mention
have been
it.
taken there. He may have been taken there initially, but that eventually his family moved back to Earth, and that he and his
After
brother, he and his half brother went to Starfleet Academy together,
Nikolai.
and he and Nikolai left because he didn't like it and went back to Galt.
He
didn't go.
okay.
Yeah. So
Very interesting.
Where
And
they,
so
they
he,
put out monastery that Worf spent time at for DS9.
the Boreth? Was it Boreth?
Boreth. Yeah, that's the one.
When Worf's adoptive father retired from Starfleet, that's probably when they moved back to Earth.
No, well, he they later said that he grew up in Russia.
In Russia, right? Minsk or something?
Yeah, he sure did.
So like a lot of kids, he probably lived in 2 different places.
I looked it up. Kittimer was not referenced in Heart of Glory.
It was not.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's interesting because I just watched it and I could have swore.
I just watched it as well.
I have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Now I have to watch it again.
All right. Okay. Now I got to bring it up. Now I'm going to bring up that scene.
Well, I pulled up the transcript for Heart of Glory.
Daring to go into fact check mode.
What does the transcript say, John? Yeah.
I pulled up the transcript from Heart of Glory. And there's a line where he says, "The Romulans attacked the Kittimer outpost. Everyone was killed. I was buried under the rubble."
Wow.
Well, there you go. Where are you getting your information from, Sex? Because that's clearly
fake news.
You all doubted me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to get that aloof. I'm not going to get that aloof. I'm not going to get that aloof. I make mistakes like that all the time.
I know. I catch them.
No, but this is interesting.
Fine.
So 1987 is when they first mentioned, or 88 mentioned Kittimer. And that came up again in season 3, and then eventually made its way all the way to the Undiscovered Country, right? Star Trek 6, which was what, 1992, 91, 92, 93, 91. 91. So that's interesting how a thread from TNG made its way into the movies, because those 2 universes were kind of separated. You had the Harv Bennett produced movies, and you had the Gene Roddenberry produced television shows. They didn't really intermix too much, but that was interesting little touch that they did there.
Yeah, well, 80 years of separation can do that. I mean, I didn't have a problem with the uniforms being different and all that kind of, the technology being different, because you look at the innovations, for example, the U.S. Navy's had in 80 years.
Yeah, that wasn't the real crossover either. Yeah.
I mean, 80 years ago, let's see, it's the 20s, that would have been, okay, the 60s, but basically, yes, in the early 60s, I believe, would have been 80 years ago, right? Yeah, I think I'm thinking. My math is terrible.
Cinnamon Bunny has thunderstorms.
No, wait a minute.
Okay.
I like when Worf talks to that captain too in that episode. Brother, he goes, "I hear you, brother." What does he say to the? That was a cool scene.
Thomas, I want to know who this Matthew is.
Yeah, 1943. Derp would have been 80 years ago. So in 1943,
I don't know.
the Navy used Mark 14 torpedoes that had no guidance system. They were straight running diesel torpedoes that ran, for example, 2 feet beneath the surface of the water. Compare that to today, where we've got torpedoes that can find you, and they can go all over the place, and it's just in terms of torpedo technology.
Didn't they have ones that had a wire attached to them too, like a guide wire or a radio?
United States submarines have a control wire. So that fire control can maintain control of the torpedo at all times. Yeah, until it detonates.
It's a long wire.
Yeah, the ones in World War II did not.
No one's retracting his statements Thomas.
Yeah. But just the idea. One of the things that I always thought was kind of neat on TNG, they had site-to-site beaming, where if you want to pick up somebody from one place and put them in a completely different place other than the transporter room, you can do that. And they didn't do it nearly enough as far as I'm concerned. But yeah,
they experimented with it a little bit. They started it with it. And then the shuttlecrafts didn't have transporters until the Best of Both Worlds, when they said they had the escape transporter in the shuttlecraft. Right. Then all of a sudden, the shuttles had transporters in them. By the time you get to Voyager, every shuttle had a transporter built into it. Like it was no big thing.
The shuttles got better and better. Today I also watched the episode. Anyway, it's the one where they find a shuttle. No, it's a TNG episode.
Okay.
They find a shuttlecraft with a duplicate of Picard in it, and it's actually Picard from 6 hours in the future. Time squared. That's what it is. And hold on, I'm getting to a point here. So they call it a shuttlecraft, but then they establish in the episode through dialogue that it has no warp. That it has no warp capability. And this is before they made the rule that, okay, if it's a craft, it has warp. If it's a pod, it has impulse only. So it was kind of, it's one of those episodes where they're still figuring things out, and they hadn't quite figured that out yet for the backstory.
I preferred the shuttles from season 1 and 2 versus the big boxy fucking Type 6
in
shuttles.
DS9.
I thought they were boxy in 1 and 2.
Well, no, they had that rounded one, that sleek one.
In DS9, I think they're pretty much Defiant is pretty much an oversized shuttlecraft.
No, it ain't.
Just a little.
Not even close.
It's a starship.
It has 3 shuttles in it.
Runabouts are, but not the Defiant.
Runabouts are they're the
Winnebago.
Yeah.
They're like Winnebago.
They're considered starships, but they're configured more like a large deluxe.
Like the one that Wesley and Picard were in that episode we were just talking about, with the Samaritan snare. That was a rounded, sleek-looking kind of shuttlecraft with the cells that look like miniature versions of the ones that were on the D, on the Enterprise D.
That was one. Yeah,
that was a cool shuttlecraft. Like, it was large. You had room in the back. You had room in the front. That was the one they used in Q Who. That was the one they used in the best of both worlds. Like that shuttle was neat. But you're right. They had a boxier looking one. The one that Scotty went away on. Right. The one that he flew off into the sunset with, or the ones with Riker and that the Janai with that non-species.
I would call that a shuttle pod.
Well, that was still a shuttlecraft because it had the cells that they can go to warp.
Yeah, the one that had the big door in the back end, that was still a shuttlecraft.
Right.
The shuttle pod was the 2-seater. The one, the thing that Geordi got captured in, the one that Data got
blown up.
Blown up in.
Yes.
Those are shuttle pods.
The Ensigns of Command. He went down with that one to the planet,
15.
right?
Type 15 shuttle pod.
But the
and the rounded ones, Type 7.
Type 7, thank
like
you.
The one Picard in Times Squared was in? That's a shuttle pod?
That's a pod.
Well, it's supposed to be, but they called it a shuttlecraft in the episode.
No, that's what I'm getting at. That's the one I'm getting at, that is a shuttle pod.
It should be. It should have been called a shuttle pod, but they called it a shuttlecraft. Yeah,
I know.
And I think they built that for Star Trek V, that one that we're talking about. Not the one, not the pod, but the one that was in the later seasons of TNG. The one that Kirk crashed.
The one with the back door?
Yes.
Yeah, the Star Trek V had a better version of that.
Yeah, that was a longer version.
It was longer, had a back door, but it also had a side door too.
Side door as well, right?
Yeah.
But I think they reused parts of that.
But it had the same style.
They probably took parts of the TNG one and just expanded on it.
Oh, so you think it went that way? You think they took the TNG one and made it for the movie versus the movie one going into TNG? Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Well, Herman Zimmerman was the production designer for 5. So it makes sense that a lot of the TNG stuff would be moving over.
Well, I mean, you
Star
saw
Trek
the
5.
engine room move over there because they
6.
didn't want to rebuild the Star Trek 3 and
Right.
3 engine room. You know,
Zimmerman.
they couldn't rebuild that. They blew that shit up.
Yeah.
They
Kind
a lot of sets were reworked from TNG to the movie.
Starting with 5 though. Yeah.
It's funny because I was watching, as I mentioned, season 1 of TNG, and I was reminded every time we got a close up of Geordi
really love
that
seeing
his visor back then, Herman Zimmerman made it
Oh,
out of
honey.
2
It looks good.
barrettes.
Feel better.
No, I
his
think
daughter-
when they invented out runabouts, they should have got rid of shuttlecrafts altogether and just had nothing but runabouts.
Well, runabouts are big, though. A lot of ships wouldn't be able to fit one in their shuttle bay.
But Voyager had some cool ones. Voyager had that Class 9, I think it was called, right? That was
Type 9. Yep.
That was a cool little shuttlecraft. Like the way it was shaped, it was really angular. It was small, but it looked nice.
And it blew up a lot, and they were able to
Oh
rebuild
yeah,
it every day.
that one blew up a lot. They had the boxy one too, though. They had the reused boxy one from TNG, right? They just reworked it a bit. Yeah. And then, of course, the Delta Flyer was amazing. That was
Type
really
6
cool.
refit.
Yeah, refit. Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's true.
No, I think that I like the Romulan shuttle that was featured in.
It's a fake episode.
Yeah.
Was that a rework of? No, that was like a mini Deridex, though, wasn't it? Like that looked like.
Well, it was definitely Romulan, but it was probably more runabout size because it landed on a runabout pad. And it was like this little green hawk thing.
What about the one from the Defector? That was a cool looking one too.
Well, that one was used as a science and scout craft.
Scout ship. It was more of a scout ship. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I
It
do
was
like
also
the
a
scout
science
ship.
vessel as well. Yeah.
I think the Romulan scout ship is a neat looking ship.
Yeah.
Leave it for Troy to be the expert on Romulan ships.
Well, yeah. Marina said she really liked being able to say those technobabble lines.
She was pretty good in that episode, though. She was good in that one.
Probably her best episode, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Probably.
Thank God she didn't crash the second Enterprise D.
I thought it would be Haven, right? No? Okay, maybe not.
I don't think she had anything to do with it crashing.
She crashed the ship.
For that, you have to blame the other 2 women in that story, Lursa and Bator.
I just don't see how that
writing.
The old ship can blow up the D. I just don't think even if they have the shield frequencies, it's not
because they had intel.
I don't know. It's too much. They needed something else.
I didn't have a problem with it at all. A diesel submarine can sink a modern nuclear aircraft carrier with one torpedo.
Because Geordi could have changed the shield frequency.
Yeah, just rotate the shield frequency.
But they would have seen it. They would have seen it.
However, the opening volley of torpedoes hit the engineering section, so there probably wasn't anything they could do. And obviously, they pulled it off. Now, I think it's cool that the Lursa Bator's ship was destroyed in the process of destroying the Enterprise. But they did. If they had survived the attack, then I would have been calling bullshit. But there's been lots of naval engagements where a smaller vessel managed to destroy a much larger one at the cost of its own. Yeah.
I still say the Enterprise A destroyed their Klingon bird of prey.
Yeah.
Because they took them from Star Trek 6.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean the shot? It was a reused shot.
I remember when that.
Therefore, the Enterprise A destroyed that Klingon bird of prey.
I remember when Generations came out, and Rick Berman had to do damage control. He went on Sci-Fi Buzz on the Sci-Fi Channel and said that the rumors you've heard about us reusing footage of the bird of prey explosion were totally false, and he was lying through his teeth because he did because he was trying to protect the revenue of that movie. in its opening week.
I don't know why it matters. They've been reusing footage since Star Trek 2.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter.
I know, and
Star
nobody
Trek 1.
complains. Nobody complains about Star Trek 2 reusing footage from the first film because it's a good movie.
On the motion picture, the Klingon that was reused over and over again. Those Klingon ships.
Oh yeah,
the three of them, but they cut them into just one. But those shots were just used over and over of the battle cruisers.
They're good
Another
shots.
thing.
Yeah.
When the Enterprise D's engineering section exploded in Generations, that explosion was taken from the Grissom in Star Trek 3.
Oh, really?
Oh, didn't know that.
I did not know that. I didn't.
Well, that was not as obvious, but that's where they got it from.
Wow.
What was the Grissom explosion used for?
The explosion in the Enterprise D in Generations.
The drive section of the D. Right.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. There was a whole bunch of other effects going on with the Enterprise D's engineering section blowing up, and the explosion of the Grissom happened in front of the Bird of Prey, and all it was the typical 1980s Starfield fireworks explosion that we were used to seeing in Star Wars. So I don't think that's accurate. But
I just for the pride of the D, I don't like it being blown up by that little bird of prey. That's all. It's just a pride thing. They took on the Borg. They took on, all these different adversaries, and a single bird of prey outsmarts them. It's a pride thing. I don't know. I don't know. They needed some other bigger force to destroy that ship.
I don't know. I thought it was neat that they had a villain, a couple of villains from the show come back in the movie and do it.
Cool with that, but then they needed some new tech that overpowered the Enterprise somehow. They needed something. It's just a regular old ass bird of prey with some intel on the shield frequency. This is the Galaxy class, man. This is the D. This is the flagship of the Federation, and it's done. A couple of torpedoes takes it out. Yeah,
it demonstrates just how effective the birds of prey could actually be. It adds gravitas to every time we'd seen them getting blown up before. So, again, I didn't have a problem with this at all. Now, what I did have a bit of an issue with was the Breen energy dampening weapon destroying the first Defiant. That one hit me in the balls.
Why?
Because a ship like that should have gotten destroyed by something more formidable, in my opinion.
See, I have a problem with that.
It's all a matter. It's all a matter of personal preference.
Right.
It wasn't destroyed by that weapon. It was disabled.
Disabled, and
you're right. You're right. You're right.
It was new tech. It was new tech that overwhelmed the ship, and
right. New tech that only worked once.
Only worked once. And they came up with it. The Klingons were impervious to it, right? And they came up with a solution 2 episodes later. To the Breen.
There was a Klingon ship that happened to be doing something at the time that battle took place, because of what it did, it was unaffected, and they decided, and then the Klingons didn't have a lot of ships in that fight to begin with. So for a little while, the Klingon Empire was the only thing standing between the Dominion and the whole takeover until Romulans and Federation got their act together. Yeah.
Cinnabon said Lursa and B'Etor should have stolen Oberth and destroyed the D. Pretty funny. Oh man. Oh no.
Cinnabon has some wild fantasies, I'll tell you.
I like his fantasy sometimes. It's better than reality.
Okay, it's funny. I jump in for a second here. I just reviewed both the explosion of the Enterprise D in Generations and the explosion of the Grissom. They are very similar.
Yeah.
The difference is the Grissom has a very blue hue to it. It's blue. It's a blue explosion. It almost looks like a water effect, like a water burst effect. The D explosion is very similar, but it's orangish yellow.
Yeah.
It has a water burst effect.
They could have color timed it differently to get that. Yeah.
It could be the same explosion.
I'd have to see them side by side in order to
I'm looking at them side by side.
Unleaded
dilithium. The cloud apparitions are very similar.
I'd have to see them side by side.
Yeah, you have to look. I know my visual cortex is not as good as yours. Got it.
Well, your eyes aren't my eyes. I mean,
I don't care. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. Yeah.
If you want, I can share the screen.
It's right here in front of me if you don't believe me.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't mind if you shared the screen. Certainly.
What was it? Cause and effect when the Enterprise blew up. That was a horrible explosion. That was.
Well, there were multiple explosions in that episode. They kept blowing up Ertl model kits.
You could tell because then the cell was just floating in a funny way. It didn't.
Yeah.
It looked totally phony. It didn't look good at all. In that one.
Yeah, there were 3 different explosions they used for that.
Yeah.
For that. The Enterprise exploding. Okay,
so let's see here.
Where's the D explode?
Let me look. Let me make this bigger. Hang on.
Perhaps you didn't understand. Perhaps you didn't understand the concept of side by side.
Well, I'm doing my whole screen. Okay, if you want to actually see them, then I'm doing it this way.
Well,
otherwise, I could make them microscopically side by side if you like, Darren.
Well, the convenient part is he's actually using one of my videos for reference. So if you wanted to go ahead and look it up,
there you go. See, yeah, it is the Marco video. And here's the other one. What the hell?
Yeah, it's the same thing. They just they recolor timed it. They color
timed it differently.
Yeah, same thing.
Which is a pretty good cost cutting measure because
it is.
that fooled me. You know,
those space
closes are. I sit corrected, John DeMarco.
Very nice. Oh, that model of the D is so good. The ILM model.
Okay, stop sharing that lolly shit.
Oh, shut up, Darren. Just because I still have my libido.
You spend it on that? Wow. Oh shit. But no, I mean one ship that I always liked on that the Klingons had that they didn't really utilize a whole lot was the attack cruiser, the Vorsha.
Vorchak
which was which was their big one. And what I liked about it is I had a model of it when I was a kid, and it had of course Ertl model kits like to make up their own stuff about ships and put it on the box, and also in the supplemental material. And one of the things that they suggested was that front module that had the big disruptor cannon in it could be replaced with something else, and they never we never saw them replace it with anything else. It always had the great big 2-pronged disruptor thing
right on the front of the ship there.
But the Bortas, for example, was Gowron commanded was one of these.
That was probably the first time we saw that. No, was it in that must have been the first time we saw that ship.
Season 3, because they used Katingas and Birds of Prey in season 1 and 2.
As well as 3, but then 4 was Redemption.
Well, the first time we saw the Vorsha was in Reunion when they killed Duras.
Right.
Oh, Reunion, that's right. When the Duras was killed.
Season 3.
Season 3.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
No. Oh, was it? No. Was it 4?
Reunion was season 4.
You're right, and then the cliffhanger for season 4 was the Redemption, right? Part 1 and 2.
Yeah, that was
with
the two-parter.
Yeah, the 2-parter. Okay, you're right. It was 4.
Alrighty, so
that was a cool ship though, the Vorcha. Yeah, that was. I like that one too.
Yeah.
The way the nacelles are angled on that too. It's a nice looking ship. The whole way it was designed.
Well, I've got an animation of it that I like. It's a. Let's show this here. Give me a moment. Hopefully, it's in the right folder.
And what's the other one? The new one they had the Negvar.
Negvar,
right? Yeah.
Later, which was interesting because the Negvar debuted in All Good Things as an alternate future Klingon ship, but then the very next year it appeared on Deep Space Nine.
In DS9 in The Way of the Warrior?
Yeah.
Oh, so actually it was first in the alternate future in All Good Things. I didn't realize that.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So it
Warp 13.
Warp 13 shit. Which I don't mind actually, because eventually they're going to have to do that because, like in Picard, for example, I think on the original Voyager series, Stoddy says that Voyager's maximum velocity is warp 9.975.
Correct.
But then Titan can go 9.999, which doesn't sound like a huge difference, but it on the warp scale
is.
curve it is. It's like 5 times
logarithmic
faster.
or something,
Yeah,
right?
it's way it's
Mhm.
it's like an
1
exponential.
decimal under infinite.
Yeah.
So they're going to say set course at warp 9.9999998.
Yeah, so they have to
You know,
recalibrate it to they have to and just warp 13 is fine.
This is just a little tangent off of this whole decimal thing. At Subway, we've got new tickets being printed, and they have for how many passes of sauce you put on the sandwich. It says 2.000001 passes. I'm like, what the hell is that?
I think that's someone having fun with you. I think.
Either that or you're the only one that thinks it's funny. I'm so mean.
If Subway's thinking that, they got some bigger problems than I thought, man.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I'm waiting for when we have to. They're gonna have us do a survey as to how well we like the new tickets being printed on our thing, and I'm gonna be like, my response is Scrooge McDuck rule number 3: if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Change it back the way it was.
I like what they're doing with the new sandwiches, though. Like I got a tuna sub there last week, and it was much heavier than it used to be. They're adding more stuff to it, which is better.
I just really liked this because it was simple and elegant, and but also brutal.
This is the Vorcha.
That's the Vorcha, yeah. It was used in TNG. Now this is obviously a Lightworks animation, but it's
yeah. See the way the cells are angled. I just like that look of it. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's got like I can imagine it having like that one deck that goes the entire body of the ship, right? It's like you don't have a lot of upper
turbos,
and lower, not a lot of turbo lifts at all. You might.
I'm gonna piss Darren off right now. I'm gonna reference Star Trek Online right now. One of the coolest ships that you can modify is the Vorcha. You can make that thing look like a stretch limo, or you can make it look like a stumpy little piece of shit. But the stretch version that I came up with was just fantastic. Slightly different in the cells, but still had that nice angle. The neck was longer. It had a more sleek but angular front nose section. Just beautiful shit.
Yeah, I don't know why you think that would piss me off.
Because every time I bring up Star Trek Online, you get pissed off.
No, that's Londell.
No, you do.
No,
you're like, nobody cares. I always hear that nobody cares.
Now that does sound like Mr. Londell.
No, Londell just says, "Who fucking cares?" But he says that to LDG.
All right. Here's another one that's often at the top of my list, depending on what type of week it is. The
Miranda. Nice one.
I don't, and I, it's funny too because I like pretty much all the Miranda variants.
This one's the best with the roll bar. I love that with the roll bar on top.
Yeah, honestly, the one I like the best is the one that doesn't have a roll bar and doesn't have the mega phaser cannons. It's like the Lantry. The Lantry was in
Unnatural Selection.
Unnatural Selection, and there was something very interesting to me about a stripped down Miranda that was just used to basically transport things.
Cargo. Yeah. But the Saratoga was cool though.
The roll bar
right?
adds to the question, the same question that you have with the Oberth. How do you get into that torpedo launcher to service it?
Honestly, I don't think that that's a manned component.
I don't think it is
side transport.
But, I mean, the Enterprise torpedo bay is.
Well, yeah, but that's in the neck.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's in the proper ship. That superstructure I don't think is manned at all, and I don't think that the canoe on the Oberth is manned either.
I don't.
What about the Nebula?
I don't.
The Nebula has that triangle above the saucer too. That launches torpedoes as well, doesn't it?
Well, right, but there is a neck leading up to that, so you can get up in there, and it's big, and it's a big enough thing to have that. But the Miranda, you got to remember the Reliant is about as long as a modern day cruiser, and so that pod isn't very big, and
Mm.
it's not physically connected to any manned section of the ship. So
Mm.
yeah, and in the Oberth, I don't think there's anything but sensor equipment in the canoe either.
Mm.
And I think Tim, weren't you showing me what was it? What was that one? It was an Oberth variant where they replaced the canoe with the
Yes.
Reliance launcher.
Yes, that's out of Jackal's Ships of the Line.
Yeah.
They made a Corvette, and it's a
Yeah.
Oberth, like a main body of the Oberth, and then the canoe's just dumped for a torpedo launcher. They actually have a few other Oberth variants too. There's like a hospital ship and a few other things. So they make it like it's a modular section that can just be popped off.
Thing is though, the Oberth is tiny, and it's not much. I mean, that little saucer on the top, that is like 3 runabouts.
Wow.
Side by side. That's what that is. That's the size of that thing.
I don't know why they use that for the Pegasus then. If the Pegasus was supposed to be a modern, almost Enterprise level of technology,
yeah,
why wasn't it more? They could have made the Enterprise C, made it an ambassador class. They already had the model.
Okay,
right?
the submarine USS Memphis was used for experimenting new equipment for later submarines, and it was an old rickety Flight 1 Los Angeles class submarine. So
gotcha.
I understood that, but what my problem was that it didn't jive with Riker's story where he talked about a running firefight to the turbo lift to get to the shuttle bay. Where's the shuttle bay on an Oberth? You only got 2 decks. I mean, maybe 3 in the saucer. His description made it sound like a much bigger ship.
Right. But it could have been like Enterprise where it's in the belly of the saucer. Maybe there's a door that opens up and the shuttle pod, comes through the belly, through the arm.
Hard to tell.
Yeah. Oberths.
I think when it was written, they didn't know it was going to be an Oberth.
Well, but they had other models to use. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, they could have dug out the one they used for the Enterprise C and say, you know what? That seems to be a predecessor to the Enterprise. You could use the technology in there. Like,
they could have used an Excelsior. They could have used
Excelsior would have been better. Sure.
Even a Miranda, stripped down Miranda would have worked.
Fine. I'm okay, but an Oberth and half of it's materialized in the rock. It made no sense.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was lazy, or it was lazy, I should say. I shouldn't say it made no sense. It was just lazy. They didn't seem to care at that point.
I don't know of this large cavern you're talking about, Patrick.
It's non-canon.
It's funny because
it's my dreams.
It was Ronald. It was Ronald D. Moore, or it was a Star Trek writer who wrote a treatment for a novel where it was going to be a series of novels that all start with something from TNG changing. So this is the premise. It says instead of Armus, the Skin of Evil, killing Tasha Yar, he kills Wesley Crusher instead. Wesley Crusher comes down to the planet with them, and Armus kills Wesley. And how would that change things? That was the whole premise of this series of books that he was going to do. And he outlined each of the 4 books, and where it would take the seasons, the events of each season and change it, so that we had, as soon as Wesley is killed, Crusher leaves the Enterprise. She can't bear to be in space anymore, and then Pulaski comes on as the regular Doctor throughout the rest of the stories, and it just goes into how it's because Yar wasn't killed. She, when Geordi goes down to engineering, Worf takes the helm position because Wesley's not there to, man it like he normally was, and it changes the bridge composition, and it was an interesting alternate history of Star Trek kind of idea off that one idea that they decided to bring Wesley down to that away mission.
I mean, yeah. I could see that being interesting. But Wesley got better as the seasons got on. He got less annoying.
Well, I think the best thing that happened to the Wesley Crusher character was when his mother left the ship, and he was instead being raised by basically father figures. The men on the ship, Riker in particular, obviously Picard, Worf, even and Data and Geordi. So I thought that was he matured much quickly. It's much more quickly it seemed like, and then when his mom came back, it was like business as usual once again. You know, she was mothering him to death all the time. It's like, get away from her, you know.
Yeah.
You were almost a man. You know?
When she comes back,
and get away he did as a traveler.
Yeah, the only Beverly Crusher mom moment I ever liked was when she was worried about Wesley, and it was a B story, I think, and I don't even remember what the episode was. And then at the end of the episode, she sees, Wesley sitting at a table, kind of talking to a girl, a female on the.
I think it was Evolution.
Ship.
Wasn't it Evolution?
Yeah, I don't think it was Evolution. I don't think it was Evolution. It may have been Evolution. You're right. You're right. It probably was. I think you're right. No, you're right.
When she comes back.
Right. Yeah. It was when
she comes back in the first episode.
And she looks at this and she's beaming, and she goes, "Oh, now that's healthy. That's what I want to see." And then all of a sudden her face gets real serious. She goes, "Guinan, what do you know about that girl?" It's like, it was such a great mom moment. And the only one
Thomas
she really had.
Potts says Omni is nuts. I'm nuts. Well, maybe I am nuts. I don't know. What's the conspiracy theory now, Thomas? What's going on? Talk to me.
You seem pretty sane to me.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling. I don't know. Omni is nuts.
I also today even watched the 2-hour pilot of premiere of Voyager, and what
Caretaker?
I hadn't seen it. Caretaker. I hadn't part 1 and part 2. I hadn't seen it since it probably first aired.
Banjo Man.
And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, God, all these officers that end up dying are total dicks.
They are.
It's like the doctor and his nurse, dicks. The first officer, dick. It's just.
But the doctor was the guy from what was it? The Next Generation episode. What was his name?
Yeah, High Ground.
Right.
Yeah, or whatever.
The High Ground. No, not the High Ground.
What was it called? No, was it?
No,
he was the soldier that got imprisoned. All the veterans. They took
the Hunted.
The
Hunted.
The Hunted. That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, he was in RoboCop 2 too. I mean.
Yes, he was. That was him.
But,
yeah.
But I can't
Dana
remember
Rogar. Dana Rogar. Yeah.
Yeah, the original first officer, though, I had seen him in something else too, but I couldn't remember.
He was in Next Generation too. They were all Next Generation retreads. Those actors. Yeah. It's funny. They just brought them all back for Voyager for the first episode.
And the one character that
Wesley
would have been awesome to keep on there was Stotty, which was an interesting idea.
She was cool. They killed her off.
Yeah,
they killed her off.
Having a full Betazord as your helmsman is an interesting idea because I've always thought it'd be interesting to have a Betazoid captain who, communications are down. We can't communicate with the away team. Well, I can, and he just thought transmissions.
All right, so Thomas Potts thinks I'm crazy because I praised Wesley in later seasons. I can name a few episodes that he was in was pretty good. The final mission was a really good episode of Next Generation, and
he's a key part in peak performance, which is
right. I can name one or two more. The Game was really good. I thought that was a really good episode with Wesley. Even though he was already gone from the show, he came back at that point. That was a good Wesley episode. First Duty.
Ashley Judd.
The First Duty. That was one of the best episodes of Next Generation. I mean, I'd say the top 10.
That was pure drama, too. That was
right. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, I'm going to name a few that he was in that was pretty decent.
I like the one where Picard, and this other guy were in the desert.
That's the final mission.
Final mission.
That's a phenomenal episode of Star Trek. That is like a Next Generation. That was TNG almost at its peak because first of all, there was the A and the B story. The B story is where Riker has that barge, which you showed a screenshot from, John, on this episode of Jeopnerdy. The visual effects on that were really, really excellent. They had it all dialed in nicely. The A story was them in the desert. crossing the desert with Nick Tate being the guest star. I mean, it was just a really good episode. So I'm not saying,
And it was the third episode the Star Trek 3 phaser was ever used. Well, second episode, third time that phaser was ever used.
Oh, Durgo used it as his weapon.
Yeah,
Captain Durgo.
The phaser used to heat the rocks and shit. The only other time you see it is in the episode where Admiral what's his face made himself grow younger to try and face off with
too short a season.
James was sitting on the wall on that scene. Otherwise, it's only was used in Star Trek 3. It's my favorite phaser. I've got like the only replica that's ever made of it.
It's sleek. It's a sleek one. Yeah, that's cool.
It's a recreation of the TOS phaser, just way cooler looking.
Well, the ones from Star Trek 2 were interesting too, though. I mean, they were more around.
You want to know what weapon I hated the most on all of Star Trek is the Batleth.
Oh,
because it doesn't work.
Fire with Londell there, man.
Yeah, I know. It looks cool sitting on your wall. That's okay. Londell is using it the way it was intended, sitting on a wall, because that weapon is not. It doesn't have enough of enough edge to it. You can't swing it. Shadiversity has gone over this. All the awkward problems with it, because it was meant for fight. It was designed for fight choreography, not for actual fighting.
Actual combat,
and that's why one of the reasons why Worf ended up going with the Mechleth. He needed a new sword when he went to Deep Space Nine, and he wanted something that was a little. He wanted to use actual sword moves instead of these weird choreographed things that that somebody came up with.
Well, I always thought it was interesting when he fought Duras. Duras pulls out a freaking katana.
He does. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. He does. Yeah. It wasn't a Batleth. You're right. It was a straight sword. Yeah.
And if you look
on the wall
closely, and if you look closely, when they show Duras's corpse after Worf has killed him with the Batleth, the Batleth is sticking in his chest, but it's not sticking in very deep. He should have survived. That wouldn't have instantly killed you.
Couldn't have two hearts too, or something like that.
They hadn't established that quite yet.
Brock Lowell, or whatever they call it, right?
And so I mean that's why it was so ridiculous. Basically, just the tip of that Batleth got buried in his armor. And that killed him, supposedly. I mean,
it killed Gowron with two Batleth chunks.
That's true. The tips, yeah. You will not have this day.
They should have done this. They should have had Gowron's eyes pop out when he did that.
They already do.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny. This was a couple of months ago now. I watched an old episode of The Incredible Hulk, and there's I forgot the name of it. It's the one where Bruce, David Banner's working at a laundry, like a dry cleaning business, and one of the thugs that the local gangster sends to rough up David and run him out of town is the actor who plays Gowron, much younger.
Oh, really? Robert O'Reilly.
Robert O'Reilly. But when and of course when Lou Ferrigno shows up instead, he does the eye thing
and runs away. Yeah. That's his signature move. That's his signature move, man. He knows it too.
Yeah, looking surprised.
Yep. He's been in a lot of TV shows in the 70s and 80s.
O'Reilly was also in one of Picard's Dixon Hill holodeck episodes.
He was. He played the Irish brogue speaking henchman or whatever, bad guy.
And he was partially in shadow, so you couldn't really see him. But,
he was there. But yeah, he was in a lot of different character roles in television in the 80s, and a lot of these guys were. Most of them were.
Well, what's his face? Mark Alamo. The Golden
Cut.
He was in 2 episodes of the Hulk. Played 2 different characters. They
probably in the 18 Knight Rider, the Airwolf, the Hulk, all of the Universal ones, right? You name them, they were in all of them.
He talks about that in interviews. He said, I've been on almost every single show ever ever made. But I only
What's the
ever
other one?
appeared once, typically.
Oh, that's
once,
true.
Maybe twice. He says that Deep Space Nine was the only show that had me keep coming back. And I actually got to develop a character. I'd never been able to do that before because of the character acting job.
Lance Legault. Remember him? He played that Klingon captain, Katamok. He was on all those shows in the 80s. All those action shows. Hunter, 18. He played
What episode?
Was that the one in The Emissary? Was The Emissary? Yeah. Not The Emissary. Which one was it?
The cryogenic Klingons?
Yes, the ones that woke. Yes, the ones that
he was
woke
the
up.
Captain? Okay.
He was the captain, Lance Legault. Yep.
Gotcha.
Colonel Decker, indeed, Colonel Decker.
Colonel Decker in the 18. He was in Airwolf. He was in. He was in Columbo. He was. You just name the Universal show. He was in it right back then. Yeah, that's it.
I'm starting to think that both John and Brainy Specs are tired. Looking at their faces, I think they're telegraphing that the show is about to end.
It's a distinct possibility.
I'm going to say goodbye right now and log off. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for joining us, Darren.
See you guys later.
Thanks for joining us. Merry Christmas.
And he's gone.
Took me a minute to find it, but I found it.
Oh, is it the Gowron? Let me see here. Hang on.
Gowron.
There he is.
Sorry to you in your neighborhood.
In your house.
Anthony Ricky put that up on Facebook. It was funny.
That's funny, yeah.
It's been a record. Quite time.
Well, I want to thank everyone.
Time?
If you mean for the length of the stream, we've had it longer than this before, I believe.
I think it was 4 hours, right? Yeah, that was.
Well, for me, it's a record.
I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. We had a good game and a good conversation afterwards.
Yes.
And unless something comes up, we're planning to have Jeopardy at our usual time next week, which that would be the final one of the year.
Okay.
Are you sure about that, Joe? Is that your final answer?
Fairly sure.
Okay.
Have a great Christmas, everybody.
Yes. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
And thank you for
Merry
watching
Christmas
our
to all. And
shows.
to all a good night.
And your house.
And your house.
Well, before we get any more conspiracies, we're going to go ahead and sign off. So have a good night, everyone.
Good night,
Cheers.
all.